NFL playoffs. New Orleans will be in black and gold like the old Steelers teams or the old Army teams from 40-some-odd years back. Falcons going to be in the white and trimmed in black. This is New Orleans' game. We had it. We dropped it, so now they've got it. And, of course, again, the guy waiting for us is a monster next week, but wouldn't that be a pleasure? Let's pause 15 seconds here. Station identification, WSB Atlanta. Larry Munson and Jeff Van Oel, our spotter. Kevin Anthony is here. We have normal boards to work with this week after the long journey made by the good spotting boards that were replaced frantically in the trainer's room before the game. Our engineer's David Jones. Dave O'Brien is right up a few feet behind us. There's not a lot of room in this place, and especially when Note comes down the steps and joins Kevin and I down here.
Sure glad to see you. You and Kevin are very comfortable. You've got, let's see, this thing is 7 feet across. You and Kevin have 5. I have 2 feet of it.
Well, we lost the toss. We're supposed to get beat a touchdown, but we are in the playoffs, and it sure is better than being home, though it kind of would have been nice today to have been playing somebody in muddy old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, because that means we would have run out there as a champion. All right, New Orleans wants to receive. And there's McAfee down there. I see Fennerty down there and one other. And the Saints also have Buford Jordan down there, a fullback. And the Falcons will be getting ready to kick off. Norm Johnson, NFL playoffs. Raiders had a little tough luck with their quarterback today. Even so, Kansas City, who missed 2 field goals early, only won by 4 points. Now here's a second game on this weekend, and Johnson hits it very high, short, 8 or 9 yard line. McAfee 15 and hit very hard on the 22. Falcons in the white tops and the black helmets and those grayish pants. Elbert Shelley, the star of the special teams, one of the first guys that hit him. Look at this mob of humanity and listen to these nuts. Boy, do they love their Saints. They may only have one team in this city, but they really do love them. No other sports here. Of course, Tulane University struggles and hangs on, and they are here, but they don't sell many tickets. All right, Saints up to the line, and Hebert's underneath. He's got his backs in an I. They slot off to the right. We're in a 4. We got a linebacker ready. He comes up and moves a tackle around. And Hebert on the first play, a lot of time, going to dump it out there. And we bam him incomplete on the 25. Somebody coming up. Hobie Brenner was going to do it, and Robert Lyles really hit him incomplete second down. He was right across the middle, Jeff.
Well, it was a little sneak delay play by the tight end. They tried to sneak him across after running clear outs with Eric Martin, and I think that was Quinn Early running deep, trying to clear out the Falcons. But it gives them a chance to see what kind of defense they're going to play. They played a lot of zone in that second game here to kind of halt the run down early on. That was kind of a zone 2.
Second down, New Orleans on their own 22. We're virtually now in a 5. New Orleans runs one of the receivers in motion, and Hebert goes to the running back, and the Falcons knock him down on the line. Fred McAfee, the rookie. Tim Green, the guy that primarily got him, and Michael Reed, I believe, also, who was just activated, had a piece of the tackle.
Larry, Michael Reed just activated, as you said. He shot the gap, and Buford Jordan unable to get a decent block on him. He's one who caused that play to disrupt in the backfield. You're going to see the Falcons do a lot of that, trying to get a lot of penetration against a very big offensive line.
Saints are on their own 21.5. Third down along 10. 10.5, actually. They lost a half a yard. Hebert's gone into a shotgun. No, now he walks up. Got one back very close behind him. He's got 4 wideouts. The back now shifts over behind the right guard. Hebert runs a little quick trap, and he fumbled the ball, and everybody dives on the 22, the 23. For a while, I think we had an arm on it. They ran a quick trap. They brought that back up within 2 or 3 feet of the line, Jeff, and just suddenly handed it to him.
Kind of a traditional play. People run against even man lines when you load all the gaps on both sides of the center. You try to trap, isolate somebody, and get a quick hitter in there. Hilliard, that time, unable to make any penetration, as he did kind of stumble a little bit with that football.
Fourth down, 10, plus about a foot, and the Saints, Barnhart in a punting situation. Boy, was he kicking in practice. Tommy Barnhart waiting back there on the 7-yard line. And the snap is good. Almost got him. Flag down, they say we hit him. Dion on the 40 to the 45, stops. And they knock him down on the 47, but I guess in trying to block it, somebody came in. Tracy Johnson hit him back around the 10-yard line. We really took a shot at him, and it'll be a penalty because we didn't touch the ball.
They work on this every day in practice, different people. You never know who's going to come free on a punt block. Tracy Johnson should have the block, but he doesn't take the ball off the kicker's foot. Instead, he runs into him. He should have that block. That ball should have been his.
So the Saints get an automatic first down, and we get tagged with a 15-yard penalty, and they bring it out to the 37-yard line. They were forced to kick, almost blocked it. He came a little bit from the side, not right up the gut. Didn't touch the ball. Dion was covered well on his attempt to return. Saints up to the line, no score early, NFL playoffs. A division champion and a wild card team. We got a lot of men up in there. Hebert looks at it. He has 3 wideouts, not real wide, moves a receiver in motion and fakes it and stops and looks and comes back and is going to throw a long bomb and overthrow everybody. They went after McKyer down the left side. Quinn Early streaking 40 yards down the left side. He overthrew him a little bit. 2nd and 10. The Saints and the Falcons are 0-0. You lose, you just go home. That's all, and it's all over. But if you win, who knows?
Nice coverage that time, both by Deion Sanders, who was on Eric Martin, crossing from one side to the other, and Tim McKyer crossing with Quinn Early that time. They run a lot of crossing patterns with their tight ends involved also, and the wideouts.
Saints, slot right, though it's kind of close. The backs are off shifted about 3-4 feet. One off to the right side of the tailback. They run a receiver in motion. And Hebert fakes and stops and dumps it out on the right, and he hangs on, and we knock him out on the 41 or 2. The receiver, Jordan, was juggling the ball as Scott Case, the safety man, came up to hit him about a 5-yard play near the 42 over on the right sideline. He was juggling it going out there.
Larry, this Saint offense a little bit unstable early going on here. They don't look very polished. Nothing is coming easy for them other than that punt block, which got them a cheap 15.
New Orleans is 3rd and 5 on their own 42. Hebert standing back there as if he was shotgun. The last time, remember, he walked up, and now the officials have stopped this thing. What are they going to do here? What do we got?
I don't know if the replay booth wants to take a look at that juggle or not, but I would hope they wouldn't.
Let's see.
Side judge was right there in front of it, called it.
They may have. They may have decided to stop the game and look at the ball being juggled as he went out. You could see him juggling it, and then Case really hit him. So,
I saw Jack Reeder, who is from the league office and supervises. He's second in charge of the officials up there, and he's down here to oversee the replay booth. The replay booth will take a look at what the officials on the field have ruled on, and then Jack Reeder will take a look at what they're doing.
From the camera angle I just saw, it's all right. But I saw the backside of the receiver. I didn't see the front or the side. Now we got a little different one coming. He's tucking it in, and I believe he had it from where we sit.
That's a catch. Looking at the
3rd down and 5.
Looking at the replay booth, looking at the replay on television, it was a catch. He did a nice job of one-handing that ball by his chest and cementing it there.
Bobby Hebert, Northwest Louisiana, 6'4", 215, 6-year veteran. The play stands. Replay showed what we said. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. And we're monkeying around now, just killing time for some reason, and I have never figured that out.
Saints quickly went into this 4-wide kind of receiver here just a little bit ago to spread the Falcons out a little bit.
They got 3 on the left side, 1 on the right, and now an official stops it again. He says, hey, wait a minute, we want to talk some more. I don't know what they're talking about. They're nervous about something, huh? Now the officials are talking. They pointed at the Saints' backfield for one moment. Why? What are they doing?
I don't know. I think you might be pointing at an end zone clock or something. I'm not sure.
You might be right.
But game clock, they're concerned about what the game clock has.
Yeah, reset the game clock, huh?
But this really is disconcerting. These two football teams come out of that dressing room. They are hyped up, ready to play.
Yeah.
And you get all these delays. It takes some of the edge right away, some of the aggressiveness and what they want to do with this game.
Now the clock's counting down, and they're not at the line of scrimmage. So what are we going to do now? See the clock running down on.
They want to run it to 12:43. I think they thought there was an extra 12 seconds on that clock.
Yeah, that's what the officials are doing. Why are we having trouble this year with clock operators? Boy, are they taking momentum and everything out of this game. All right, the Saints. Trips left, one receiver right, shotgun. Man in motion, turns and then cuts back in. And Hebert throws complete on the 45, and the Falcons run him out first down. Eric Martin, about 6 yards to the left. Bobby Butler, flu and all, was over there, and Case was coming across to help him. Play got about 6.5 or 7 yards, 6 yards, I guess, and a first down up on the 47.5. They did the same kind of a pattern that we saw early when Kansas City had 3 guys out, Jeff, and then one of them would curl back inside in motion.
Well, it almost looks like a pick, and that's what it's supposed to be, like a basketball pick. Eric Martin does a great job. Possession receiver, their all-time leading receiver here with the Saints.
Saints, one running back. 2 wideouts. They flip-flopping. Overload the right side of the line. Now they bring a man off the right in motion. Hebert underneath. Toss sweep. They're going out wide to McAfee, and the defense going to catch him. He won't get to the corner. The Falcons really up in there, led by Brian Jordan and by Mo Gardner also. No score in the first quarter. And the ball, they started just outside the 47. Now they're back on the 47. They may have lost a half yard. Saints have had a 15-yard penalty for 1 first down as we missed by an inch or 2 of blocking a punt. And now they earned a first down. Second down.
They're trying to stretch that Falcon defense. Zone blocking, man blocking. Robert Lyles did a great job that time on Hobie Brenner, the tight end.
Hebert up there. 2 wideouts right and 1 left. We got men all up in that line of scrimmage. We're in about a 6-man front. They got 3 wideouts, 2 and 1. Here comes Hebert, back to throw. Right down the middle, complete with McKyer hanging on him on our 41. Right down the middle to Quinn Early. He threaded it right over the middle, running right to left. And they got about 11 or 12 down to the 41 and another first down. And the Saints are moving.
Ricky Bryan that time put good pressure on Hebert. Right before he gets ready to unload it, he rolls him low. Chris Port, the right guard, blocking on him there. He was able to beat him. Ricky Bryan did it, but Hebert hung in the pocket.
First down, New Orleans moving, and they have come to the Falcons' 41. 2 wideouts, the backs offset, one about 6 feet to the left of the other. They fake to the tail, they bootleg out. We chase him out in the corner. He whips it, and it's complete on the 28 to Eric Martin on a diving catch down around our 28. He rolled out to the right, a linebacker chasing him out there, unable to catch him, and hit a man running over on that side. And the Saints got about 13 more and a first down, and New Orleans is knocking on the door.
Bad thing for the Falcons. They don't want to let this offense get up, get rolling, get some consistency. That's a great pass by Bobby Hebert. Deion Sanders all over him deep. Eric Martin underneath. Jesse Tuggle. He still is able to get the ball right in there to him.
Saints have 1 running back. That's McAfee. 2 men out on the right side and 1 as a slot back on the left, and they move him then in motion. And they go to McAfee. He tries to cut back in, and Jesse Tuggle cracked him right in the middle. He didn't get much. He may have had 2. No score, but the Saints are keeping the ball and on the middle of a long drive. Ball now on the 26. It'll be second down, about 8.
A little bit of a travesty. Vaughn Johnson, Sam Mills, Mike Singletary, they're going to the Pro Bowl. Jesse Tuggle isn't. Jesse Tuggle has had a better year than any one of those 3 players. Vaughn Johnson missed 4 games. He's a great inside linebacker of the Saints, but he missed 4 games with injury.
The single running back is Fred McAfee again. 2 men camped outside the left tackle. 1 wide out right. And now they move the tight end to the right, and he fakes and he wants to bootleg again. We chase him and miss him. There's a man open. Touchdown! They really had a man open. Something obviously special put in. Floyd Turner wide open, Jeff, by 15 yards on both sides.
Deion Sanders made a mistake in the secondary back there. There was a lot of movement, Larry, and he turned loose Floyd Turner, and he should have stayed with him. Nobody else near Floyd Turner. Everybody else looking for somebody, and he's wide open. Hebert finds him.
Morton Anderson to try the extra point. And the kick is up. The kick is good, and the Saints lead 7-0. 7-0, and the clock is 8:57. Not much left in the quarter. Saints made a very impressive-looking drive. Throwing it short primarily. They went long once early and missed it. And got stopped and kicked and covered Dion pretty well, about a 7-8 yard return. But the penalty kept them alive. All right, Saints will kick off Morton Anderson. And the kick, a left footer, is going a mile, way out and bouncing under the goalpost. So the Falcons now will come down and put it in play with 80 yards to go and trailing 7-0. It was a 78-yard drive in 11 plays, and they killed a little over 6 minutes in doing it. And the Saints lead 7-0. The Florida and the Notre Dame football teams are here as special guests today. They are the Sugar Bowl participants. And they are special guests here in the Dome. I don't know how they got them in. There's no room in this place.
Well, they got terrible seats, so they're right down on the floor, kind of behind the benches. They won't be able to see anything unless their action is down on their end.
Yeah, they're all standing up anyway, trying to see on both sides of the field.
Although that Notre Dame team looks very tall. Very, very tall.
Officials have decided to check things off again for a minute. I don't know why. Falcons ball in their own 20. 7-0 New Orleans, and their passing attack was really something.
Well, Hebert, I mean, he threw that ball just like a bullet, and even when he was rolling out to his right that time, that was a difficult pass to complete.
And they still have not let us come out of the huddle. They apparently did a network television timeout. Here's what they did without any sign at all. And now I think they want to come out, but you can't tell. This crew, like others, works different, gives different cues or whatever, and you have to try and guess what they're going to do when it's time for a timeout. And I guess we may have missed one. Well, they can sure stop a ball game dead, can't they, Jeff? Nothing like television.
It really, the players, they want to get after it, and they're just being kind of held back, and you're out there. I've seen several coaches who will hold their team on the sidelines. Cincinnati was notorious for that. Of course, look at the kind of record they had this year. So maybe that's not a good one to point to as an example until right before they signal for the end of the timeout. How about that young guy, Shula, getting that job there, too?
Yeah, really surprised. All right, now the Falcons get the ball. 7-0, New Orleans leads. Miller underneath. One of the wideouts in motion. 4 wideouts, 3 on the left side. Miller back, fires and missed his man. Incomplete up around the 28-30 yard line. And it'll be second down. Boy, is this crowd rocking and rolling in this place.
A little miscommunication that time. Andre Rison and Pritchard, I think. Pritchard might have run the wrong route. Andre Rison wanted to go some other way. A little misread. When you get that between your quarterbacks and your receivers, you certainly shouldn't get it by the 21st game of the season, though.
2nd and 10. Atlanta on their own 20. That lone running back again is Pegram. 4 wideouts. Pritchard again in motion. And the Saints have got 5 on the line, and we try to bounce Pegram out. He tries to cut in, and he can't get anything. And that black and gold defense really mobbed him. Sam Mills, a linebacker. Frank Warren, a big defensive end also. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. At the moment, the Falcons are not moving, and the Saints lead 7-0.
There is the same play they ran early against Dallas last week. We've seen this team only as a draw team out of the 4 wide receivers, and that's a trap again. Houston over pulling, trying to trap around there on Sam Mills.
Falcons, as the place just thunders against them. 4 wideouts. Jason Phillips is the man in motion now. Miller on 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looks, and is going to throw a long bomb and missed him. And he had a man wide open down the far side and went for Dixon about 10 yards inside on the hash mark. Somebody was really open down the far side and uncovered, but the throw was to the man running even with him inside.
A little jitters maybe by the Falcons early going. Chris Miller didn't look sharp that first half against the Saints down here last time. He had Jason Phillips right on the sidelines in front of the Falcon bench, wide open for a touchdown. They broke coverage that time.
Bullhaig will have to punt on 4th down. And the kick is not real good, and the Saints are going to go fair catch around their 38 or 39. Bill Finnerty cradled the ball. Not a booming spiral, but a time called here, 7:46 to go in the quarter. As the Falcons take time to review their options, you can get expert home energy advice by calling a Good Sense specialist. Here come the Saints up to the line. Hilgenberg over the ball. Dombrowski and Port and Brock and Cooper flanking him. That's the inside 5 from tackle to tackle. Hebert, the quarterback. 1 running back, 3 wideouts. They're on their own 38, and they lead 7-0. They move one of the wideouts, a slot off to the right, and fake and stop, and goes over there, and it is complete to Eric Martin over the 50 to about the 42. Eric Martin, who had gone in motion wide, left to right, and then curled around the corner. And they wound up with 20 yards to the Falcons' 42, and Hebert, Jeff, is really sharp.
He is sharp, Larry, and they got the Falcons in a position there where they didn't want to be. Brian Jordan covering Eric Martin, a wide receiver, really had a step on him, almost broke loose there.
New Orleans on Atlanta's 42. Are they driving again? They lead 7-0. 7 minutes to go in a quarter. They flop Tice around and move him again, and we're threatening blitz. Then they move another receiver back. Hebert are going to take it and give it to that running back, who cuts back in, and the Falcons hit him hard in the 41. Jesse Tuggle primarily. Tuggle hit him first. 7-0 New Orleans. Scott Case was in on that stop, too. Gain was 1.5 yards.
Falcons have been hurt a little bit by the run. Last 4 or 5 weeks, teams cutting back on them. And that's where they've got to fill that backside gap.
6:30, and the clock running under that now in the first quarter. New Orleans has had a very successful-looking 78-yard drive that we accidentally started on a 15-yard penalty when we tried to block the punt. Now they got 2nd down and 8.5. Hebert back, and they dump it right over the middle of Hilliard. Complete, and we hit him on our 36 or 7. Jesse Tuggle cracked him. Hilliard dragged and came out, curled across the middle. Then they got about 6 more yards. Big 3rd down coming. Saints are just giving us a little bit of everything, Jeff.
Well, it's a little bit of a guessing game, too. The Falcons had their run defense in there, so they throw to Hilliard, hoping they can get him to break loose. Nice job by the linebackers. Jesse Tuggle, John Rady, they're all in there to help out so they don't give up the 1st down. Force them into 3rd and 4.
Saints, 3 wideouts left, 1 right, and they are in a shotgun thing. Hilliard lined up next to Hebert. 3rd and 4. Snap. Hebert back. Dumps it right over the middle. Complete on the 30. He's going to go down on about the 14. Floyd Turner. Tim McKyer hanging on to him. They ran a man right across the middle again. And the Saints are very, very impressive here. Another 20-odd yards to the Falcons, 14.5. And what some of us were scared of is starting to happen. We are falling behind, Jeff, and you don't want to be more than a touchdown behind.
Got to keep it close, Larry, and people have been going after McKyer a little bit of late. Floyd Turner has caught 205 yards of passes in 2 games against the Falcons. He's their big play guy. He's a very dangerous receiver.
Now they act like they might run. 1 man split wide. Hilliard and Jordan are the backs. They're on the Falcons 14.5. He stops. He throws to 1 man coming over, and it is complete down around the 6, 5.5. That 1 wideout, Floyd Turner, split to the right, curled right around, and they hit him for about 9.
Stole a little bit of a play from the Dallas Cowboys. They hurt the Falcons last week with a slant when they were pressing. They weren't pressing that time. Still a lot of cushion by Deion Sanders against that slant. They can't get the safety there, Scott Case, or the inside linebacker fast enough.
Saints already ahead 7-0. driving, and at this moment, the Falcons cannot handle them. So it's 2nd and 1. They're on to 6. Man in motion. They have a wide out off to the left, and they go to the running back. He starts, he cuts, and we hit him on a 3.5. We had a couple of guys bounce off him. One Saint just jumped very late on top of the pile. Buford Jordan. Tuggle, one of the first guys that hit him as he came across the 5. Saints are going to be goal to go on the 3.5. It's 7-0. We need a break, Jeff, or we're really going to be behind.
Need a big play. Need a turnover. The teams have been down here. The Saints, at least, have been inside that 20 about 40 times this year. I saw that stat. They have scored about 36 of it. 3 of the times they fumble. That's what the Falcons are going to have to hope for. Create a fumble. Stop them here, at least hold them to a field goal.
Saints are only 3.5 yards away, and they lead 7-0. 3:08 in the quarter. Flop a tight end left to right. Back. Hebert looks, throws in the corner. Incomplete as we tackle the receiver down in the corner. Tice, John Tice, one of 2 tight ends. Big guy, 6'5", 249, and it's 2nd down. 7-0 Saints. Boy, they are doing all sorts of stuff, aren't they, Jeff? One of everything.
Well, the play action down there close, and just as Tice reaches for the ball, nice play by Jeff Donaldson. He gets his hand just in front, never turns to look at the ball, and that ball is deep in the corner of the end zone. Good play by Donaldson, preventing the touchdown.
Saints got 2 backs lined up, Hilliard and Jordan. Got all the line in, no wide outs now. They need 3.5 yards, and they run a man inside, and the Falcons knock him back, but they may have reached the 2. Buford Jordan banging in there at right guard. Oliver Barnett, one of the men on the stop. Saints lead 7-0. They had us, 20-10 with 5-something to go when we were here a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden something happened.
Scored that 10 and then that 3 extra in overtime. We'll get that right today. If that happens, at least I know I will by now. I've only been told enough about it by you. I'll tell you, a little mistake maybe by the Saints offensive coordinator, Carl Smith, going for the quick, easy score on the pass down there, and now he finds himself having to throw the ball. Hebert is still a dangerous runner.
3rd down on the 3.5. 3rd and goal for the Saints, trying to get a 2-touchdown lead instead of 1-touchdown lead. Hebert with the wideouts and stops and looks and fires, and it is intercepted by Dion back in the end zone, and then he's tackled down there. Dion cut across and saved us. So it's still only 7-0. Sanders has saved us, and we are temporarily still alive. The score is 7-0. Time called. Falcons get the ball again on their own 20. Saints still leading 7-0. Saints move their defensive line a little bit around. They're in a 4-3. We got Rising in motion back and forth. And Miller's coming back to throw. And down the middle of Pritchard, complete in the 37. He tried to curl around to hit him on the 35. Pritchard open in the middle. Vincy Glenn, a backup free safety, the guy that hit him on the 35, and the Falcons get their first down.
You don't know who's going to get the ball in this Falcon passing offense. It's whoever comes open. Maybe in that first drive, Chris Miller and the receivers did link up. That time, he found the man he wanted. Remember, in those first 2 games, Andre Rison, he only caught about 4 balls for 35, 40 yards. Did not have 2 good games against him. They did a good job of shadowing him.
Falcons are first down on their own 35. Rising in motion. He'd been on the left. He comes back. Now he goes back to the left, stopping there. And now Miller's back to throw again. Fires complete to Haynes on the 49. He fights his way down to the 44. So he's hit Pritchard. Then he's hit Haynes. Reginald Jones, the corner, hit him. And the Falcons just bit off about 20 or so. 36. The other guy's 44. That's 20.
Not too shabby. 36 yards. They moved that ball very well. 2 sharp passes. This time Michael Haynes putting it on Reginald Jones. Just a little bit of a stop pattern. Chris Miller finds it.
Remember now, in the opening moments after New Orleans' long drive in the opening minutes, we broke a man down the left side, wide open, uncovered, and didn't see him. Falcons are on the Saints 43, actually. Miller underneath, 3 wide outs. Now to the left. And we run a little trap with Pegram, and Pegram's going to get hit on the 40, and the gain was 3. Pat Swilling recovering. He had come in and then turned and chased him, and from behind, he pulled him down. And it'll be second down. Falcons trying to get back in this thing. Clock is running down, and the quarter is about to end. Saints lead 7-0.
That play's got to hit faster, though.
That's the end of the quarter. New Orleans 7, Atlanta nothing. Timeout. WSB Atlanta. Long count. Miller, they're coming on him, and they're going to sack him from the backside. He really got hit back in the 47. Wait a minute. Watch the flag. No, on the fumble, it might be the Saints' ball. Ricky Jackson blindsided him, and he dropped the ball as he was going down. It is the Saints' ball. He never saw him coming, Jeff, off that backside.
Well, Ricky Jackson's had a great career here with the Saints. He's had, in 2 games against the Falcons this year, he's got 4.5 sacks, and they just get somebody out late. A little bit of a mess-up between Bill Fralick and Chris Hinton, how they want to handle that side over there. Bill trying to get out very late. I think he thought Chris Hinton would take him.
So the Saints get the ball on the 48-yard line. 7-0 Saints. They caught Miller from the blind right side, and everybody dove on it right away. Hebert underneath. 2 wideouts slided out only about 5 yards in the right, and now they move one of them. And a handoff, and cutting back in the middle, staggering is McAfee, and he got it down to about the Falcon 43. Gain was almost 9. Ken Tippins, the first guy that hit him. Jesse Tuggle, the second man that hit him. They had a hole that time in the middle of the Falcons' line.
Hilgenberg, he stays with the nose guard. Mo Gardner, the cutback is there. Tim Green doesn't get over in front enough. A pretty good blocking job on the left side. Dombrowski on Tim Green, keeping him from getting over into that hole.
On the replay, you can see the ball coming out of Miller after getting hit before he hit that ground. Here it's 2nd and 2 now. Saints just barely inside the Falcon 44. Falcons up into 5, and they run a toss sweep to McAfee. He ran by one man, and Case had to get him down around the 33. He ran right by a defender on the 40 and shot down for 7 more yards, and the Saints knocked on the door for the 3rd time today.
They're getting the cutback, Larry. This is what McAfee hurt him with in that game here. The game that the 3rd game I think he was starting. They've had a lot of injuries to their running backs, and McAfee came in here in that 3rd game rush for 128 yards against the Falcons, and that was his career high. Gashed him for a couple of big runs, too, 34, 25 yards.
122 yards net for the Saints right now. Falcons only have 37 yards. 1 wide out left, 1 running back, McAfee. Falcons almost in the 6. Hebert's got them on the Falcons 33, turns and looks and throws over to the left. It's complete, and the Falcons hit him there on the 28. Floyd Turner wide out and slanting in. Though he never got anywhere near the line of scrimmage, he just straightened it up and threw it hard over there and got about, let's see, they might give him 5. Dion was the first guy hitting him. Ball on the 28, 2nd and 5, 5.5 maybe.
Not only Dion hit, and there are about 3 or 4 Falcons over there. Scott Case, Jesse Tuggle, Brian Jordan. But the Saints hustled over, too. They had some offensive linemen. Big Stan Brock hustling over there to try to get a shot in on somebody. Good hitting game.
2nd and 5 for the Saints. They've come down to the Falcons 28 again, this time on the fumble sack. Man in motion coming back across. Hebert going to hand it to the running back. They hit him right there on the 28. Buford Jordan cutting back in the middle and getting a foot maybe. Tim Green primarily on the stop, and Rick Bryan on the bottom of the pile. It's going to be 3rd down there. Saints lead 7-0. Falcons just stopped them down near the goal line and started a drive, and then the Saints blindsided and sacked and forced Miller to fumble.
Got cute again a little bit. Buford Jordan does not carry the ball very much at all. I think they were trying to sneak him through there.
4 wideouts for the Saints. Hilliard standing back by the quarterback on a shotgun on 3rd and 5. Falcons in a 4. They run a man in motion. We rotate with it. And Hebert's back and going to throw a long lead pass. Caught out of bounds. Down around the 5. Floyd Turner, a foot or 2 out of bounds. McKyer trying to run with him, and it'll be 4th down, and the Saints will have to settle a shot for 3. Morton Anderson will try it from the 28, probably hold it around the 35. Going to hold it on about the 36, I believe. 7-0, Saints lead, second quarter. Falcons going to put all 11 men on the line. It's going to be held in the 35.5. It's a 45.5-yard shot. And they set it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And New Orleans leads 10-0 with 11 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the half. Timeout, going to kick off. He hits it with that left foot, and he kicked it 100 miles again. Way, way over Dion's head, behind the goalpost. And so the Falcons are bringing it out on the 20 again, trailing 10-0, and at the moment things are not going well. The name of the game is stay close, but it's 10 now. You don't want it any more than that.
Or that's a weapon when you have a kicker that can do that every time.
Yeah.
I know they start at the 20, although some teams say, I'd like to see if I can get him down inside the 20, down around the 15, 16-yard line. You really got to get some hang time on that kick.
Falcons going to bring Rozier in, bad knee and all. Try to run a little power. So the Saints are in a 3-3. Pritchard in motion, back and forth. Miller coming back to pass. Throws it to Pritchard, a little side screen, but blocking on the 25, 29, 30, 35, and the play got 15 yards. Pritchard, who'd gone way out to the right, cut back in. Jeff, we pulled 3 linemen over there.
Well, there's a change-up in their screen approach there. Falcons always like to run that little dump screen inside to the running back. This time they put Pritchard in motion, get him out there, and it's like a quick screen. They had nice blocking out in front. Chris Hinton leading the way. Jamie Dukes, Bill Frelick. I think Bill got a nice kick-out block. I didn't see that corner. That might have been Milton Mack where he's able to cut inside him.
10-0. Saints lead. Falcons just hit another 15-yard pass. 4 wideouts again. One of the slot men, Phillips, is in motion right to left. Miller underneath, going to give it to Rozier, but they came behind the line. He got out to the corner with sheer effort and turned it into 6 or 7. They had their hands on him from behind, back on the 35, and Rozier ran hard with that Wilkes riding his back, the nose tackle, and he got 6.5, Jeff. He really had effort to get to the corner.
He had to, Larry. They did not ensure the inside. That was a trap. Houston Hoover leading the way. They don't run traps very well. Wilkes is in the backfield, should make the tackle. Rozier has some speed we haven't seen, runs away from him and Vaughn Johnson, and I think Reggie Jones didn't want to hit him. He ran over him.
The gain was 6.5. Falcons up on their 41.5, second down. One back, Miller underneath, the 4 wideouts, the red gun, and of course, Pritchard back and forth in motion, didn't move much. Went to Rozier, up the middle, 5, 10, 12 yards. They ran Rozier right up the middle. And that play moved from the 41.5 into Saints territory to about the 48. Vincey Glenn, the safety man, had to hit him, and Brett Maxey, the other safety man, had to hit him.
I don't know what it is, but it seems like the Falcons' offensive line blocks for the run much better when they have Rosie in the game. Nice block by Jamie Dukes on the inside linebacker, Vaughn Johnson, Bill Frelick turning out Wayne Martin. Nice hold there.
For the second time today, Falcons trying to get a drive going. Slot with the 1 running back, and the Saints in that 4-3. Risen in motion, back and forth. Miller back, looks, fires. He missed. Risen standing on the left, open over there behind the line. I don't know why or how or what the deal was. Risen had been moving and stopped, and he threw behind it.
Same kind of screen they ran to Pritchard. This time they want to use it with Andre Rison. The ball is led a little bit too much. Andre needed to settle down a little bit so Chris maybe could find him, but he led him a little bit.
It'll be 2nd and 10. New Orleans leads 10-0. The clock is 9:04 in the half. The Saints are on top of this thing. They've made one great long drive. Then they had a short drive after our fumble and a sack at midfield. They wasted a golden opportunity on our 3.5. They move their line. We overload 3 wideouts right, and Miller comes back and looks and looks and looks. Throws it to Haynes right over the middle. They hit him on the 40. Play about 8 yards. Milton Mack, the corner, hit him. Play was almost 9, but he got it just over the 40. Now you got a big 3rd down, and this is a 10-0 game. 8:47 to go.
Falcons have changed their offense approach around a little bit, Larry. They've gone with that run a couple of times, had some success because the Saints were playing pass, and they've got to be patient. It'll be there for them with the throw, but it's going to require some great patience on their part. Don't get too greedy.
Thomas in, Dixon out at one of the wideouts. Falcons with the ball just barely across the New Orleans 40. Third down, a short 2 yards. 3rd and 2. They got 8 on the play. Rising back and forth. Go to Rozier, and he's going to drive with his legs for 5 yards and a first down in the 35. And the Falcons will have a very crucial first down. 8:03 to go in the half, and it's 10-0. Boy, this place is really noisy.
Almost a little bit of a give up by the Saints defense. That's a big mismatch on that side when you got Chris Hinton blocking on Ricky Jackson. You've got Swilling inside. He was playing an inside backer over Bill Fralick. Nice job by Jamie Dukes on the nose guard Wilkes.
10-0 Saints. Middle of the second quarter. Falcons' second drive. 4 wideouts. Rozier the back. Rising in motion. Miller, a short of a long count, goes to Rozier. We pull a lineman out, and he's going to get 5 tough yards, maybe 6. The guy that hit him had a little bit of shoulder. That was Atkins, and also grabbing at him was a linebacker, Ford. But Rozier running tough. Some lineman came out and helped him get out to the corner.
That was the trap. Third time they've run it. This was the most successful effort by him. Bill Fralick pulling around the edge there, getting a little bit of a chop block on the inside backer. I think that was Vaughn Johnson, and Rozier does it best. He is showing some speed, got outside and ran over Vincey Glenn, the safety.
Ball on the 28. Falcons trying to knock on the door, trailing 10-0. 4 wideouts again and 1 running back, and Rising in motion. Back and forth. Miller. Second down, about 2 or 2.5. Rozier drives for 5 or 6 and got it inside the 25 to the 22. Right outside that right tackle. And Rozier driving those legs. Vaughn Johnson, the linebacker, had to get him.
Boy, Rozier looks so sharp today.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he can go. He's got that bad cartilage in his knee, but that time made a nice cut inside of Maxey, the safety. Nice block on that side. Wayne Martin against Chris Hinton, the all-pro tackle, and Hinton one out.
This is a goody jackpot quarter. If the Falcons score a touchdown this quarter, Stephen Dickerhoff of Douglasville, Georgia, will win $250. Falcons first down. And they've come down to the Saints 22.5. Miller back. Looks, and going to throw, and he missed the man. Missed Rising on the 5. Really overthrew him. He and Rising on the ball on the 26. Brett Maxey came flying up in there. Rozier had somebody blitz and catch him and knock him down. Somebody's hurt. I'm not sure who it is. Frank Warren caused the fumble. Rozier slow to get up. That's the second fumble of the afternoon. But wait a minute, we may have had a whistle, and the officials now are going to talk about it.
This is the best team in football, tied with Philadelphia, as far as taking the ball away from you. And they don't get a good block at all, and Frank Warren, way too much penetration, but they're going to call something here.
Yeah, well, he had his knee on the ground when he fumbled. I saw a replay. He was down on his right knee when he fumbled the ball. Well, and they were twisting his body around, and the ball is still there. 3rd down and 2. It's on the 24. The crowd is just furious at the officials.
Well, they're showing it on the replay. I did not hear the official. If he ruled a whistle had blown it dead when they had 2 or 3 pulling on him.
And the Saints are really mad. They'll probably do a replay.
They're taking a look at it again.
They're going to look again. Yeah, that's what it looks like. The Saints thought they had the ball. All of us did for a few seconds. Though I happened to glance at a replay, and I saw him down on his right knee, and they were twisting him around, and the ball came out.
Plans being reviewed, and I did not look at the replay. You put me over in this corner. The TV is about 6 feet underneath me. I've got to turn over to look at it.
Ball is on the 24. It may or may not be our ball. It may or may not be their ball. It's 10-0 Saints. Michael Haynes.
Well, you can see Frank Warren. Larry, here's a replay right here. Sorry. And he pulls it out. It's just a question of what is it. I don't know. I have to think that's almost a fumble. He's riding him down. and I have to think he pulls the ball out. It's almost a fumble.
But was the knee on the ground first?
Well, I cannot see from the back here.
Here it comes.
Play stands is called on the field.
Play stands, and the crowd is furious.
Falcons get a big break there, get a tremendous break.
Ball on the 24.
Boy,
third down.
You'll be able to hear a thing now.
Third down now and long, about 12. Pritchard in motion. Miller going to take it and come back and look. There he is. Touchdown, Rison, right down the middle. He hit Andre Rison streaking down the middle. Boy, did he break open.
Broke a drought, too, here against the Saints this year. He had a big year last year. You remember that big catch in Atlanta, where on the fourth quarter comeback in Atlanta, but he broke a drought against the Saints, found single coverage. I don't know where the safety was. Didn't get over to help him at all to beat Milton Mack.
10-6, 5:26 to go and a half. Rison was really open. Norm Johnson to try the extra point. Stephen Dickerhoff of Douglasville, Georgia, has just won $250 on the Goody jackpot board. Johnson to try. Full Haig will hold. Snap almost low. The kick is up. The kick is good, and we're 10-7, 5:26 and a half. The crowd is mad. High short kickoff. About the 9-yard line. McAfee coming wide to the right, 15, 20, 25 up the side, and hit around the 35 or 39. Norm Johnson had to hit him, and Tippins was flying up in there trying to help. Chafee was coming across. Boy, he turned it, Jeff, when he got out on that sideline.
Well, I don't like it. Second week in a row, Falcons have made some mistakes on special teams. This time, Jeff Donaldson, he's got containment on this side. Can't let McAfee get around there, but you're right. He has some speed. Good-looking running back. Kind of wonder if Jerry Glanville and the Falcons might vote for instant replay, though, after what happened, Larry.
Time here, 5:14 and a half, 10-7. And timeout has been called again. We'll do it too. WSB. All right, Saints ball. It's between the 38 and 39. They had a good kick return. Hebert walks up to the ball. Running back Hilliard. Falcons are in a 5. Linebackers up in those slots pretty close. Man in motion. Hebert stops, pumps to the left, and then finally throws it out there, and we hit him. He didn't get much. He got about a yard. He threw it wide across field after pumping once that way. McKyer hit him right away. It was Quinn Early, the receiver.
They're running one receiver across the backfield over to the slot where two receivers are, and then hoping the Falcons will get a little confused as they switch their defenses and not pick up somebody. That time, nice switch off by everybody. They don't fall for it. Tim McKyer is right where he's supposed to be.
Rozier limping. I think the cameras picked up Rozier on the sideline. I don't know if he can go anymore or not. 6 rushes, 34 yards. That's better than 5 yards a pop. The Saints are up there on their own 41. Second down. About 8. And a quick handoff. McAfee. We shut the hole at the tackle and knock him back. Jesse Tuggle, Brian Jordan, and Scott Case was coming up. And where were they going to rule the penetration? They're going to give him a yard or 2. They'll put it up on the 43 and a half, and it's going to be third down and about 5. 10-7. Saints leading. Clock is 4:04 and a half. It's been a funny first half.
Well, there have been a lot of mistakes already, at least when you call fumbles and interceptions and things like that.
4 wideouts. Hebert, shotgun with Hilliard next to him. Falcons in the 4-man front, plus people fronting receivers. They got a man in motion, and Hebert's going back and looking and looking and looking and dumps it over, almost intercepted. We had it and dropped it on our own 49, and that was Mo Gardner, the nose tackle of all people, 5 yards back behind the line.
It's kind of a crazy defense, I know, but they do that every now and then. They'll shoot a safety. This time it's Scott Case, who would be like a 4th rushing lineman or a linebacker, and they drop back a Mo Gardner or a Tim Green back to cover in a zone.
4th down and 5, and the punter Barnhart is in for New Orleans on his own 29, and they lead 10-7. Dion in the lone safety. We got people just moving all over the place in our line. The snap is good, and the kick is great. Wow! Dion has to go away from it, and it's going to go in the end zone, though they had a man run right in the end zone with it and try to flip it back. That was Stan Petrie. He got it up a long, lazy, high spiral. Great kick. 3 minutes, 25 seconds and a half. Timeout. Saints lead 10-7. Miller behind him. One running back is Eric Pegram, the kid. The Saints are in a 4. Linebackers only back a yard or two. Rising in motion. Miller's going to drop back and throw that long bomb to Haynes, and it is going to be intercepted down on their 34. To Vincie Glenn, they had double coverage on Michael Haynes. We went long. They didn't throw it deep enough, and the Saints get the ball back.
They were looking for it all the way, Larry. Vincie Glenn, Reginald Jones running outside, and Vincie Glenn inside. Very double deep coverage, deep zone there. And I don't think Chris should have thrown that ball. That's a long, long way to try to get it there.
45-yard bomb, and floating down the middle, 10 yards behind him, wide open was Pritchard. But it's the Saints' ball. They lead 10-7. Falcons now want to keep the margin on that scoreboard no more than what it is. And the Saints will walk up to the line themselves, and their center, Joel Hilgenberg, gets over the ball. Slot right, plus one man left out about 4 yards, and one running back. Hebert underneath. One of our corners, McKyer, just backed up, and they run a receiver and overload that one side, and they fake, and now Hebert going to throw, and fires, and it is incomplete. At the last moment, we had two men covering on the 40. That was Quinn Early streaking down the right side, plus another receiver in there close.
Brian Jordan had on the short end. That's Quinn Early, and deep was McKyer, and I think Quinn Early felt McKyer coming. That ball, he led him just a little bit, but I think he kind of short-armed it because he felt McKyer coming right at him like a safety. He was going to nail him.
2nd and 10. Saints are on their own 35, and they lead 10-7. 3:11 to go in the half. Miller's at 5 out of 10 for 83 yards. One touchdown, one interception, one fumble. That's his totals at the moment. Now they split the backs and they slot left. Haven't quite been in this formation today. And back is Hebert. Throws to Hilliard. Incomplete. Off his hands. We hit him a moment later. Rady came over and cracked him a moment later out on the right flat on the 35. Hilliard didn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down. 3:06 and a half. We're looking at all sorts of different things, Jeff. They're sure trying a lot of different things.
You're right about that. You get that impression both teams are using a lot of their offense, trying to give a lot of different looks to these defenses, keep them off balance. Falcons had seen split backs before. They were ready for it. They were going to bring pressure that time. Brian Jordan off the left side.
Saints are virtually in a shotgun, red gun of their own now. 4 wideouts. They're in a shotgun with Hebert. They got a running back Hilliard next to them. They're 3rd and 10 on their own 35. We drop a safety back, and then we drop a corner back, and we're moving along the defensive line, and the snap is to Hebert. Hebert running to the right. We're coming on him, and we hit a man incomplete at the 35. Turner hit by Brian Jordan coming across the middle as Hebert was retreating. We hit him so hard he dropped it. 4th down.
Tim Green got a real quick inside rush on Dombrowski, the left guard. I think they want to let that play develop a little bit longer. They just didn't have time.
So the Saints, again, in a punting situation. Barnhart. Last time he kicked it up in the air a mile and kicked it down the field a mile. Falcons might have a block set up on the line on 4th and 10 on the 35. No, they do not. The kick is a long spiral, not real high. Dion on the 14, the 20, the 25 to the sideline, 30 and out of bounds around the 35. The man chasing him out for the Saints was Brian Ford, I believe, the linebacker, 52. So it'll be Falcons ball. Dion had a pretty good return. 10-7 Saints, and there's 2:50 to go here in this half. They're going to put it down on the 35 and a half.
It has been a kind of a strange first half. You've seen so much. A couple of interceptions, one by each quarterback, a couple of fumbles, a fumble that wasn't, a sack that caused the fumble.
Rozier back in there. Looked to me like he's limping even lining up. The Saints 4 men on the line, 2 linebackers right behind the line. Actually, 1 up close in the middle, the secondary coming up close. Miller on first down back. Goes complete on the 47-yard line to Haynes. He dodged the man and got 7 or 8 more yards to the Saints 44. Milton Mack, the corner, getting him.
Boy, has Haynes been the big go-to guy here the last 6-7 weeks of the season. He scorched these guys for 187 yards, 6 receptions last time they played here. He's been a little bit quiet so far in this first half. That's his second reception, I think. Nice protection by the Falcon front offensive line.
First down on the Saints 44. Play was like 21 yards. Thomas in, Dixon out as one of the wideouts, and they're moving Pritchard back and forth. Saints are in what amounts to a kind of a 4-2. Back to throw, Miller looking in trouble, and they're going to get him before he gets back to the line out on the 46. Frank Warren, the blocker, held him out as long as he could. Miller floating to the left and didn't float fast enough. And they took a loss on the play, and they put it down on the 46.
Big, powerful guy, Frank Warren from Auburn, got inside penetration, and I think it kind of threw Chris Miller off a little bit, and then he got a little disoriented on that little spin around, didn't know where he was going.
2-minute warning, 10-7 Saints. And I mean noisy. I wonder if our fans next year are going to work on the other team like these people work on the other team. 1 back. Now Risen, who slotted left, is in motion. Slows down his motion and comes back. Saints look like a blitz. Miller going to take it, run a little trap. Rozier tries to fight. He dropped the ball as he crossed the 44, but we recovered on the 43. Houston Hoover maybe, huh? Hoover on the ball. Rozier coughed it up, and the gain was about 2.5 or so. They haven't spotted it yet. The officials are talking to each other. They got it spotted now on the 44. It's going to be 3rd down. Now Pegram in and Rozier out, and Rozier walking slow. No, now they put it back a yard behind.
A yard back. We're in the 4th down fumble rule inside 2 minutes.
Ball back on the 45. 3rd down and about 11. We put Pegram in. The officials now are going to have a conference again. They've stopped this game 1,000 times in the first half. Just, I don't know what they're doing.
The 4th down fumble rule inside the 2 minutes means a fellow offensive player cannot advance the ball for you, and that was because of that.
Because of the recovery,
Raider or L.A. Raider at that time. If you remember, somebody fumbled it in the end zone and they scored.
Yeah.
I can't remember all of the
They kicked it. I remember. They came outside. They kicked it 8 or 10 yards and finally fell on it. In this case, we recovered the fumble, and the body kind of slid with it a little. They move it back to 45. Now they're resetting the clock to give us 18 more seconds, but it's 3rd and 11 on the 45, a short 11. One running back is Pegram. Rozier may not be able to go anymore. Saints now got 6 up on the line. They might be coming. So Miller dumps a little pass to Pegram, and they grab him by the head. They take the ball away. Watch a flag down back there. Let's wait. Sam Mills, a linebacker, grabbed Pegram as he caught a little side screen. Miller retreating on the blitz, tried to lob it over. Let's watch the call now.
Going to be against the Saints. I see a lot of Saints going with their hands here saying, hey.
Yep. Is that a face
personal foul, maybe?
Boy, did his head get twisted around as Miller, retreating, lobbed a little side screen just a few yards out to his right.
Too many Saints over there. Shouldn't have thrown that ball, that kind of lob. But Sam Mills, what is he, 5'9"? Able to leap up there and intercept his pass? He's got 3 interceptions this year.
Foul, defense number 56, roughing the quarterback.
Pat Swilling roughed the quarterback is what the call was. Didn't see that. We were watching Pegram get killed as he tried to catch that short screen. So the official goes back to the 45 in Saints territory, and now he's going to step off 15 long yards with 85 seconds to go.
Well, he's looking, we're looking at the replay, he just kind of shoves him up around the chest and runs by him. I don't think he speared him, but the Falcons are living right today, Larry.
So far.
Hey, they have recovered from a couple of big mistakes. A fumble recovery by Houston Hoover a minute ago, and now they get an interception that's called back.
Personal foul on the Saints, and the Falcons get a first down on the Saints 30. The crowd is just roaring in anger. 85 seconds and a half. It's 10-7. Phillips in motion. That gives us trips on the left. And we give it to Pegram. We pull a lineman. There's no room to run, and they kill him on the 29. We pull a lineman out there, but the Saints were waiting for that. Big Martin, the end on that side, formerly Arkansas, led the charge with 1:16, and the gain was maybe 1.5 yards. And time is called here. 1:16. I forgot we were in the playoffs. I started to turn to O'Brien, Jeff, and say, what kind of scores you got? We've already had one score.
There's only one to report today. Some big breaks early, though, to keep them close, keep them in this game. I don't know why Swilling even bothered to shove him, though. The ball was gone, and it wasn't a real flagrant, but it was a shove up around the chest, and the official felt that it was. These fans all had booed in the background.
Inside the Saints 30 and 3 points behind. Pritchard back and forth in motion. Miller going to give it to Pegram. No room. They kill him right there. No gain. Maybe a foot off right guard. Try to run a little trap or a draw. And it'll be 3rd down. Jeff, they trying to set up a tying field goal here for the half end. Is that what we're doing? Ball is still on the 28.5, and we call time again.
Well, they got the Saints in their prevent defense. 3-4 look. Frank Warren on the nose, Jamie Dukes, Houston Hoover. They didn't secure him, though. He was in the backfield there. You've got to get a push off that man. You can't just turn him loose between.
The crowd is roaring against the Falcons. Saints are in a 5 this time. Rising back in motion. Miller back. Fires to Haynes, complete on the 17. He dodged one man partially and added 4 more yards to it. And now the clock is 55 seconds. Milton Mack, the corner, got him. And Reginald Jones, the other corner. Haynes made that move, and we stopped that clock with 55 seconds.
That's their 3rd and final.
That's our 3rd and final timeout. And the Falcons have taken that ball down to the 13 as he sets it down. And it's 55 seconds. 10-7 Saints. The lone back is Pegram. We have 4 wideouts. They're pretty wide. Now Pritchard in motion. Over to the left. To load 3 on that side. Miller back, floating a little left. He's in trouble, and they got him way back on the 27. Wayne Martin crashing in. Clock is going to be running. I believe it's 10-7. The Falcons up to the line. It's 2nd down and long, and Miller grounds the ball with 46 seconds to stop that clock from moving. So now it'll be long. 20-some-odd yards to go. It's way back on the 27. It'll be 3rd down and 24-25 to go. We're watching the replay.
Well, they had a stunt over on that side. Ricky Jackson and Wayne Martin. It's a switch off. It's got to come between Bill Fralick and Chris Hinton. But at the same time, the pocket has got to be up front. He's got to step up front. You don't want to drift back. Too much of a pincer moving from both outsides.
3rd down with 46 seconds and a half. Pritchard in motion over to the left side. Falcons are going to strike. Miller back. Looks to the left. Man dives. Are they going to rule incomplete on the 23-yard line? Pritchard tried to catch a ball. Miller threw it too low with 41 seconds. And the Falcons now will go for a field goal. And it's kind of big. Ball on the 28. 4th down. Norm Johnson will have to try and kick it roughly 45 yards. Yes, Fulhag will hold it on the 35. Try to tie it up. 41 seconds. Saints have 10 men on the line, and a linebacker standing up behind. And they are roaring against the Falcons. 10-7 New Orleans. The snap sets it down, and the kick is reaching, and it is good. And we're all tied up at 10-10 with 37 seconds in the half. Timeout, WSB Atlanta Falcons waiting to kick. The Saints will be receiving. Jordan Pennerty and McAfee deep. Kick is pretty long. 2 yards into the end zone to McAfee. 5, 10, and out to the 20. Broke a couple of tackles. 25, 30, and again flagged down. Our kicker Johnson had again hit him. Whoever was riding his back may have had a penalty call, I think. I'm not sure. Chafee and Sanders were both there. What did they call now? Face mask?
I'm sure it's face mask.
Oh, he's got speed, hasn't he, Jeff?
He's looked good on the returns all year long. It's been a strength of the Falcons. Their special teams. The things they've done on special teams, returning a kickoff, returning a punt, the recoveries they've made, it's just been blocking field goals, blocking punts. But they made 2 mistakes last week against Dallas, that kickoff return, and the punt block last week. And so far, today, Larry, these special teams haven't been real sharp.
Ball out on the 41. He broke through the arms of a couple people around the 15 or 20. Here come the Saints. They're on their own 41. There's 28 seconds and a half, a 10-10 tie, and the Falcons are only in a 3-man rush now. It might only be a 2 from the way they're lined up. Saints are in that shotgun. The snap to Hebert. We're coming on him. Dump a little screen to Hilliard on the 40. He breaks out 45-50. One man missed. The second and third hit him down around our 33. And just like that, the Saints are all the way down the field and a shot for a field goal. Tuggle had to get him. Hebert threw a little screen. Donaldson had to get him. But 19 seconds to go. The ball just outside. Where are they going to put it? They moved from the 30 down back to the 33. The referee tries to talk on the mic, and the crowd just drowns it out.
Got to have a feeling they had a plan whenever they saw a prevent, or maybe I haven't seen a 2-man rush all year. They set a beautiful screen up, though, did some nice blocking on Jesse Tuggle, and Tracy Eaton missed that tackle. Big play right before the
4-man rush this time. Oops, we jumped off, but we got back. Now the snap to Hebert. We rush him. He throws it out here to Hilliard, completed the 31, and the Falcons hit him. Dumped it out on the right side. Mo Gardner primarily. Got about 3.5 yards. Bobby Butler came up.
New Orleans.
Clock now is 11 seconds. New Orleans has got these timeouts that they can take. These are short from tackle to tackle. They're in their version of a shotgun red gun. I say that because they're lined up like we are. 4 wide outs. They're running back there with him. Kind of a long count. Hebert takes it. Throws, threw it high, complete, and then he fell down on the 18. Leaping was Wesley Carroll. And there's 6 seconds. He just dumped it for 11 or 12 and a first down, and they're on the 18.
That's their third and final time.
That's their last timeout. Now they can just kick a field goal and take the lead back.
Well, you let them have the field goal or the field goal attempt. You don't give them a shot in the end zone, and that was good defense there. 3-man rush, and the linebacker in there, 7 DBs.
And he threw it high, didn't he? Carroll had to really stretch for that ball. On the 18 now, and New Orleans will try a field goal to take a 3-point lead at the half, which they had about a minute and a half ago when the Falcons tied it up. These are the playoffs. This is not the regular season.
Saints have shown a little bit of a varied offense. They've been able to run a little bit, and they've been able to throw a little bit. So have the Falcons. It's been a pretty nip and tuck first half. The turnovers, they have contributed to the scoring.
Barnhart, the punter, holds on the 25.5. Morton Anderson to try to put the Saints out in front. Falcons put all 11 on that line. And they set it down, and the kick is powerful and long. Good. And the Saints, with 3 seconds in the half, have gone out in front 13-10. I imagine that the television networks are kind of happy. And our man Michael Reed dove on the ball and then tried to throw it back, and we dove on it back on the 33. Michael Reed dove on the ball as they scribbed it, and he tried to lateral back, and he was lying on the ground. Irregardless, that should be the end of the half, though there's some milling around going on the field. There's a flag down back there. The Saints may have been offside when they kicked off. That's what it looks like from where the flag is. 13-10. Saints lead, and we might still have a play left. That's what it looks like.
On the kickoff.
It's a good idea, because if you kick it in the end zone, then they still have 3 seconds left to run a play from the 20. If you kick it short, they always have a chance maybe to take it all the way back, but you kind of squib it and go down there. He'll touch it, and the clock will run out with 3 seconds.
What they did here, they moved it 1 second down to 2 seconds. And now they'll be penalized for being offside. There were 2 flags down.
It means both of those judges, one on either side, caught it.
Morton Anderson calls his team to come over and talk to him before he kicks off. Boy, everybody's being super careful. Nobody wants to take a chance.
Down a kickoff. No time on the clock.
It's been kind of wide open, though, this first half. Yeah. You don't think they'll go in there with this 13-10 game and then just kind of make it real cautious second half?
I don't know. Boy, they've played a long time as far as this half is concerned.
Yeah, it has been
very, very long. A lot of discussions and stuff.
Well, that slows things down.
Yep, now the official's going to talk again down here on the Falcons' end, where Dion is the only back deep. They really have taken a long time. So the Saints will kick again. Probably dribble again. Falcons had a lineman, Reggie Redding, at the last minute streak off the bench. He'd gone over to get instructions, I believe. Saints ready to kick off from their 30 this time. They still have that 3-point lead. And he dribbles it. It takes a big bounce. Tracy Johnson going to lateral it back to Brian Jordan, and he threw a lateral to Fishback. There's a fumble. Fishback goes back and picks it up on about the 8-yard line finally. Wow, the Falcons were trying to lateral it all over the place and almost cost himself a touchdown. That's the half. Saints lead 13-10. We'll be back. Barely outside the 15. We wait to see who the running back is. Is it Pegram again? I believe it is. 13-10 Saints. Start the third quarter. Falcons rallied and got back in it in that second quarter. Miller gives to Pegram. He cuts back in the middle and takes it up to maybe the 20. And the gain was 4.5.
Now Jamie Dukes is down, and he's getting up very slowly. He got hit from behind on his leg, I think.
Now Dukes is down on his right hip. And the Falcons have to run out again. Now he's on his hands and knees trying to get up. He's managed to get up, but he's limping badly.
His leg, his right leg. I don't know if it's his ankle or his knee, but they had a nice push off on that left side. He and Houston Hoover blocking on, I think that must have been Frank Warren.
It'll be second down and 6.5, but it's going to be a while. Big Dukes is going to limp badly, I believe, and come off. Can you believe 2 straight plays and 2 players are gone? And Ruther, our backup center, is practicing snaps about 10 yards away over there, or did 1 or 2 anyway with Miller. So Mike Ruther has to come in to play center.
Now this is another little bit of a problem. Mike hasn't made any snaps here in the Dome, and they're going to have to go on that silent count every now and then if this crowd gets into it.
Yep.
And that's where the center is in control of that. Exactly after the team is set, when he will snap that ball.
Dukes slowly limping off the field. Only 3 down, and 2 key starters are gone in a matter of seconds. From the look of Dukes, I don't know if he'll come back. Brian Jordan might come back, though, but I'm guessing at that.
We haven't seen a lot of George Thomas today. He has been hurt, missed last week's game, and the Falcons carried him on the roster last week, didn't activate Sean Collins. And George, I think, played the very first play. We've seen him maybe 1 or 2 times in the first half. He's not in there now, though. Or he is. He's back in there now.
Yeah, he just came in and Dixon went out. Saints are in a 3. Now they're coming up. The linebacker's kind of close. Falcons are second down, 6 or 6.5. Just shy of their own 20. Ruther snaps it to Miller, and Miller goes back, and he got in trouble. He runs away and fires complete to Risen around a 39. He's trying to go on the other side and curl it, and he can't. They run him out on the 37. Risen caught it in the middle and tried to get out to the far side. Gene Atkins, a free safety, shoved him. But the Falcons will have a big first down.
Larry, that's all Andre Risen and the offensive line and Chris Miller. He makes a nice move running away from Gene Atkins, but Sam Mills has got a shot at that ball. Risen kind of comes up underneath and takes it away.
Ball on the 37.5, first down Atlanta. Only 3 points down. 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Risen in motion back and forth. Long count, Miller back to throw. Sprints to the left, he's going to run. 35, 40, 45, 47. Ball on the 47, second down, about 1. Crowd roaring. Going to give it to Pegram, 5. Going to get about 10 down to the Saints 43. He hurdled the last 3 or 4. When Bensie Glenn and Brett Maxey, free safety, strong safety, were tackling him. Falcons kind of got a little drive going. And they're on the Saints 43, and it's 13-10 New Orleans early in the third quarter. we are still in the NFL playoffs.
You don't know what a run by Chris Miller does to a defense. It really takes something out of them. They have everybody covered. They've got the rush on, and he breaks a run. A big run like that has some effect on your coverage.
Ricky Jackson, the linebackers, asking the crowd to make more noise. So they do. He was shaking his arm and his fist at him. Rising in motion. Miller back. Steps forward. He's going to run. 47, 45, 40, 35, 32, and out of bounds and a first down. This time Miller ran over to the right and got about 11 yards, and it's going to be a first down. Falcons got a drive going, and they are only 3 points down with 12:17 to go. You realize we're sitting here in the Superdome. Would you have thought back in August, Jeff, we'd be sitting in this place trying to stay in the playoffs?
Never would have imagined where they would have been. I kind of thought they'd be 8-8 this year. They've really come on to do some big things as a team. And Chris Miller, those two big plays. Somebody told him at halftime, run, don't throw into coverage.
Ball is on the 31.5 exactly now. It got inside the 32. Rising in motion back and forth. Now walking back. And we go to Pegram. No room to run. He tried to bounce out. He couldn't do it. No gain. Just got eaten up trying to bounce out to the right. Ricky Jackson, that big linebacker. Brett Maxey, the strong safety. 13-10 Saints. And they will put it down where? Right in the same place. 31.5, second down and 10.
You're not going to make a living running against this Saint defense. They're second best in the league against the rush. They had a great year defensively, set a number of defensive records. Fewest points allowed. Teams are only averaging about 14 against them.
Falcons are on the Saints 31.5, second and 10. 3 points down, early third quarter, and the dome shakes against Atlanta. Pritchard in motion out to the left side. Miller's coming back. He fires to Pritchard, complete in the 27, 23, down to the 20. Really knocked down hard on the 20. It'll be a first down. Pritchard slanting from the left back in over the middle, and Mark Lee, the corner, really hit him, and the play was 11.5 yards and a first down. Sam Mills, a linebacker, also.
Some great pressure that time, too. Frank Warren up the middle off Jamie Duke's right side, that injured knee there. And Gene Atkins coming off the corner. Both got back there in Miller's face. He's able to make that completion.
Ball on the 20. First down. Dixon and Thomas kind of interchange a lot at the receiver. Pritchard this time also. Michael Haynes came in. Pritchard also had gone out. We have 3 on the left and 1 on the right. Saints got 4 defensive linemen spaced out. They're coming on Miller, and he's going to run to the right, and he's going to throw and juggle and then complete out of bounds on about the 12. Jason Phillips, I believe. The crowd won't like that. He reached for a high ball coming over his right shoulder and juggled it and took it out. It looks like they got about 8 yards with it.
Falcons are always going to win a mismatch on the safety. If they can get somebody on Gene Atkins, they get somebody on Brett Maxey. They're used to playing traditional safety play. That time it was Jason Phillips able to get there, but Chris Miller created something, getting outside the pocket.
Fralick stayed with his man long enough on that corner and finally... And now what do we got? Now they stop it. They're going to replay it? Is that what they're going to do? It looks that way. And the crowd comes up hollering. I don't know why. They might get a break on this. They've got the ball marked inside the 13, almost on the 12.
It's on the far side of the field. He juggled it at the first spot, but then it looked like he made the catch before Maxey rode him out.
Now we're going to look at a replay, but we need to pause 15 seconds here. Station identification.
His right foot looked like it was over the line.
Yep. He didn't have complete control. He had 1 foot in there, but they'll take it away and bring the ball back to the 20. He juggled it. He pulled it in for a catch, but that second foot never got in there. So they take it away on the replay and bring it back to the 20.
I'm looking at a replay now, and I see Chris Hinton putting a big-time hold on Wayne Martin and Bill Fralick using the old leg whip on Ricky Jackson. Got away with 2 right there.
Falcons are on the 20. Second down and 10. Pritchard in motion over to the left side. Saints moving some of the defensive people up front. Miller going to throw a lead pattern in the corner, and it is touchdown right in the corner. Michael Haynes, a fantastic catch with 2 men on, and man, did they hit him. Michael Haynes, a great catch, and Miller threw it right on the pylon down in that corner. And I mean, the snap, and Fulhig puts it down, and the kick is up there good. And the Falcons lead 17-13. Timeout. WSB Atlanta 3, a rookie from Mississippi College. Norm Johnson will set it down to kickoff. 17-13. A lot of time in the third quarter. 9:59. Falcons with a 4-point lead. He's surrounded by who? Jordan and by Fennerty. 3 backs down there. Johnson hits it. A funny sailing ball. Bounces on the 5. Over the back's head. Rolls into the end zone, and he goes back and downs it right there. He almost came up with a big fumble or a touched ball rolling back. That ball was kicked flat and funny. 17-13 with 9:52 in the third quarter, and they call time again here. So do we. WSP, the Saints up to the line. The running back might be McAfee by himself. Hebert underneath. He's got an H-back. He's got 2 men slotted wide right. Now he moves one of them in motion. Dion goes with him. And he gives it to McAfee, and McAfee squirms it out close to the 24. They went at their right tackle. Mo Gardner hanging on to him. And it'll be second down and about a full 6. Falcons lead 17-13. He got 4 at 2nd and 6. Falcons make 4 changes.
I think Brian Jordan's back in there, so he's not hurt very seriously.
Saints, Hebert underneath. They're going to run it at us, Jeff. Are they all of a sudden going to just take a deep breath and run it at us? They've done that before in this series, haven't they?
3 tight ends in there. You got to watch for that pass.
Hebert underneath. Second down and 6. One man went. Now another man moves, but he's going back, and they go to the running back again. They go in the same place at the tackle. They come out to the 27. Tim Green from behind hanging on to him. The linebacker's always helping. Tippins that time. It's going to be third down on the 27. They aren't going to just try to stuff it, are they? They used to feed Hilliard a lot and do that.
Ever since they ran that pass down there on the goal line, they've been kind of out of sync. Maybe they've gone back to a more conservative mode here, but the Falcons, they didn't hold anything back with that first drive.
They got Hilliard in now, and they only need 3. But a quick snap on a shotgun to Hebert. He fires. It is complete in the 33-4 to the 39. Wesley Carroll curling in left over the center and trying to go back, and they quickly snapped it for a dozen yards, and the Saints are trying to move. Scott Case got up quite slow. It's first down, New Orleans out on their 39. The Falcons are leading 17-13.
That's that little wacky defense they use every once in a while where they bring somebody off the corner and drop either Mo Gardner or Tim Green back. That time, Tim Green, he ran right by that receiver. He doesn't have the ability to be a linebacker and know what to do back in that situation.
Falcons virtually have 6 men. They do up on that line of scrimmage. Hebert brings one of the wideouts, fakes, and goes back after play action and fires, and it is deflected, and that may be Scott Case, who just barely got a hand in front of Quinn Early on our 45-yard line, coming right to left. Dion was behind him. Scott Case was running with him. Second down, 17-13 Atlanta, middle of the third quarter.
Nice play by Scott Case, though. Very good timing to sit up there and knock that ball away.
More defensive changes. Saints up to the line. 2 running back. Regular old pro set this time. Now they flop a tight end over and load up one side. They bring the receivers in. They had been out. They got 2 backs. Now they move one of the backs, and Hebert is coming back. We're coming on him, and he throws complete and out of bounds on our 48. He hit him just going out. Floyd Turner coming across left to right, about a 13-yarder. Bobby Butler running with him. Butler is sicker than a dog, but going to try and play. 7:38 is the clock in the third quarter. Saints are coming down the field. Falcons lead 17-13.
All that formation change, all that motion, it's just there to mess up your coverage, to get you to think a little bit, make a mistake. And it wasn't a mistake there. Falcons, everybody's staying with everybody, but Bobby Butler a little bit out of position, coming over to cover the out move by Turner.
Saints now H-back left, 2 receivers wide left, 1 running back. Falcons in a 5-3, and they go to the running back, and we hit him right on the line. Rady, I think, took him right on his chest in the 45. May have been the first man that actually hit him. Rick Bryan was also on the bottom, and Lyles was there too, and Jesse, of course. A couple of yards. We did not let them have much of a hole. It'll be second down, a short 8. 17-13 Falcons, 6:49 now, less than that. Hilliard comes off.
They haven't let him run very well on today, Larry. His first two games, 170, 160 yards rushing, especially here in the Dome. They ran well against the Falcons.
Slot right, almost a wing tee out right. Second down, about 7.5. They move a slot man. Dion goes with him. Toss sweep, McAfee wide, 45, and we hit him head on the 41. That was Jesse. Tuggle and somebody else, and we got a man down. McKyer hit him. Is that McKyer down? Somebody went head on with him on the 41 and really hit him. And our trainers coming out. New Orleans trainers already over him. It's Tim McKyer. Garrett is coming out, and Dr. Harrison also. They're going to run a toss sweep with all that speed, and the Falcons shut it down, and we got a man hurt. Timeout here. WSB third down, about 3 for the Saints. They've driven up to Atlanta's 41, and it's 17-13 Falcons with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Trying to stay in the NFL playoffs. The Saints, third down. They're in their version of the shotgun, red gun, and the snap to Hebert, and he fires to a man breaking over the middle, complete. We hit him on the 33 right away. Bobby Butler hit Quinn early. They slanted in and just dumped it over and got 7 or 8 in the first down. Saints coming down the field on another drive.
Well, they didn't wait long at all. Bobby Butler moved over to his corner. Brian Mitchell on the inside slot. They both ran slants, Eric Martin and Quinn Early, and he was kind of wide open on that inside slant move. Dallas hurt him with that last week.
Saints now just outside the Atlanta 33, and the Saints are 4 points down. 5.5 minutes in the third quarter. Falcons bring 6 people up on the line, almost 7. Now we drop it back. Hebert fakes, and we're coming on him, and Green got him and sacked him back in the 43 or so. Tim Green, he did a little bit of a play-action fake and was going to curl out to the right and throw it, and they were running a deep pattern, and Tim Green got him, and they roll it dead on the 41.5. Big play there.
Falcon defensive line, they don't have run responsibility on that play-action fake. They are penetrators. Tim Green making a nice job here of looping around inside. They mess up the Saints blocking Joel Hilgenberg and the right guard Port. A little bit confused how to handle it.
Second down for the Saints and about 18 now. They're back outside the Falcons 41. The Saints are 4 points down. Under 5 minutes in the third quarter. They've gone to a shotgun with 3 wideouts. Falcons this time, 5 on the line. They don't all rush. Hebert right over the middle, complete, and the Falcons hit him right away in the 35, 6 yards. 6.5, 7 maybe. Tippins cracked him right away on our 34. Now you're going to have 3rd and 11, and it is very big here. 4.5 minutes in the third quarter. Falcons with a 4-point lead, and the Saints have come methodically down the field.
Did a good job defensively, Atlanta, in the first half. 2 out of 7 third down conversions. You can't get much better than that.
Eric Martin caught that one left to right. 4 wideouts. They got a shotgun. Hebert's back there with Hilliard. 3rd and 11 inside of the Falcons 35. Snap back to Hebert. Hebert fires, complete, and we hit him. And he hung on to the ball on the 22, and they really hit Quinn Early. A great catch as the Falcons really cracked him. 2 men really hit him inside the 22. First down, Saints. They are coming almost methodically down the field.
Well, that's all Hebert and a little bit of Quinn Early. He knows he's going to get hit. Mitchell, Bobby Butler, Trace Eaton are all standing right there around him, and he does a good job.
Ball on the 21.5. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. The Saints are 4 points down. They're trying to get the lead back. Slot out right. Jordan in front of Hilliard, who is directly behind the quarterback, and now they run a slot in motion, and they go to Dalton Hilliard, and we hit him on the 21. He didn't get much. He got a yard at the most. Tuggle probably hit him first. Tippins hit him also in there, and Green, and slowly always in the bottom, Rick Bryan. It'll be 2nd and 9. The ball barely across the 21. We're looking at McKyer over on the sideline over there where they're working on his shoulder.
I'm trying to twist him. I think it's his side here, his hip, like a hip pointer maybe, or something like that.
Lower back.
Yeah, lower back. They're
lower back, they say, yeah. And a chance to come back, because they say probable. Getting late in the third quarter. Look at the Saints. 2nd and 9 on Atlanta's 21. Hebert underneath, the man in motion. Hebert dropping back. We're going to chase him. He lobs it out here incomplete. His two men chased him way back to the 35. Hebert, whoops. Now what's the flag down many seconds later?
Way late.
Not by the quarterback. He threw it 7-8 yards up toward the line of scrimmage. What did they call now? Going to be on the Saints. Ken Tippins, our linebacker, is pointing at New Orleans. Hebert's acting like he took a pretty good crack back there.
He did. They tried to block Darian Connor with Dalton Hilliard. Big mismatch. That time in the Falcons' favor.
We got a hold. What do we got?
He really did a good job of
intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Boy, look at this.
Oh, Hebert going to go after that official. Called him intentional grounding as the Falcons had two men about 8 or 9 yards behind the line as he retreated coming on him, and he dumped it over on the right and no receiver. Intentional grounding. Boy, the Saints fans don't like that, but it was Hebert who really got mad. Now the Saints go back out to the 31. And a loss of down on that, too, remember.
Boy, Jim Morrow wants that official to come over and explain that call to him.
Morrow's mad. I don't blame him for being mad, but there was nobody there. 3rd down now, and
it's like they never got anybody out into it. The tight end kind of hung in there a little longer on Ken Tippins than he should have, and never got out into any kind of pattern.
Saints are 3rd down and 18. They're on the Falcons' 31. They're in their shotgun red gun. They're 4 down with 2:25 in the third quarter. Hebert on that shotgun waiting, and a long count. Takes the snap. They're coming on him, and he fires, and we're on his back on the 20. Interference call against Brian Mitchell. He was on the receiver apparently a second too soon, and that'll save the Saints' drive. That hurt. Falcons going to argue with the official as the Saints argued with the other one. The officials are talking with each other. Brian Jordan really arguing with him. Now we're watching.
And taketh and giveth away, and Brian Mitchell has his left hand all over the back of Eric Martin. It's going to be pass interference down there. He makes a nice move tapping away with his right hand, but that left hand is riding his back.
2:21 to go in the third quarter. 17-13, but the Saints now with interference. They had 18 to go. Now they're 1st down on the 19. Now what has to be done here, Jeff, is cannot give up the 7.
You said it, Larry. They can't give up that 7, but they're having some problems matching up with the receivers of the Saints. I think Quinn Early is still out of there. He was injured a little bit on that reception a little bit ago, about 3 plays ago, but to get him that 1st down there, I don't know if he's back in.
Saints in those gold helmets, black pants, black jerseys rather, gold pants, gold numbers. Hebert tried to get the crowd quiet. They're in a regular old pro set. 2 running backs and 2 wideouts. They're on the 19. Hebert taking a long count on the 19. Whoops, one of the backs almost moved. So did the receivers. Long count. Hebert stops, looks, throws to the back coming out, and the Falcons hit him. Tippins hit Hilliard right away on the 21. Dalton Hilliard over to the left, and the linebacker knocked him for a 2-yard loss back to the 21. 2nd down late in the third quarter. Falcons are 17-13.
Ken Tippins has been a pleasant surprise for the Falcons this year. Pretty good inside play for him last year, but he's played well at outside linebackers, shown he's able to rush the passer and also cover a back coming out of the backfield.
He's from Middle Tennessee State.
Boots
2nd and 12.
Donnelly.
Huh?
Boots Donnelly.
Oh, yeah, I know him well. Went to Father Ryan High School. 2nd down on the 21. Saints have 2 men shoulder to shoulder lined up outside the left tackle. 1 receiver out wide right. Now they move one of the guys over to the right, and they go to the back. McAfee cuts in. He runs right over one back and goes through about the 13. Scott Case had to get him. He penetrated from the 21, and they'll mark him on the 13.5. Almost got 8 big yards. Big 3rd down here. 17-13 Falcons. 72 seconds in the third quarter. Falcons, who got behind 10-0, almost more than that, fought back, took the lead. Got the Saints behind, and now the Saints are trying to take the lead back. Third down, 4.5 on the Falcon 14. Just an inch or two inside the 14. 4 wideouts, 3 of them on the left. Hebert in that shotgun, going to take it. We're trying to get to him, and they throw in a corner, and McKyer broke it up. He turned around. He just came back in and almost intercepted. That was Quinn Early, who could have scored down in the right corner. McKyer has come back in the lineup. Jeff, he turned around the last second.
A lot of times the Falcon deep babies will run with that receiver and never turn around with him. They'll run him all the way deep. This time, for whatever reasons, he felt it, and he turned. I don't know if he saw in the eyes of Turner that he was about ready to make that catch. He makes a great athletic play.
Went through his hands. He had a chance as he turned and leaped so high to intercept, and then through the receiver's hands behind him because McKyer had hit it. Saints will go for the field goal. Morton Anderson with Barnhart to hold. Movement. And this can give them a big first down and goal to go. Falcons made a mistake in the line. And that can cost us 7 points. They went and kicked the field goal with 41 seconds to go, but we moved. You could see it. Now, wait a minute. Falcons are claiming that they drew us off. Now, wait a minute. Look at the flags. 3 flags. I'm afraid of this.
Prior to the snap, we've got contact and encroachment, number 58.
Oh, man. That hurt, Jeff. That's a tough break, and it's a mistake.
Special teams mistakes the last 2 weeks have really affected the outcome of the Dallas game, and they certainly are going to have some effect right here. 17-16, and now you give them a first down. At least it's at about the 9, the toughest place to score. Well, 8-yard line, the toughest place about the 9.5 to score from.
Well, that hurt. They're inside the 9. The penalty gave it to him. And the Saints can now get themselves a 3-point lead if they get it in there. They need 8 3/4 yards with 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Somebody lunged offside in the middle. Saints walk up to the line. The penalty really gave them a life. Got a couple of tight ends in there, 1 wide out. Hebert underneath. He brings the 1 wide out across. He looks, and he gives it to McAfee on a big sweep, and he cuts in, and a linebacker grabs him, but he got to about the 3. Jesse grabbed him, and then somebody came to help, but he swung it over there for about 4.5 yards. Clock might run out at the end of the third quarter. Falcons are leading by 4 points. The ball is just inside the 4. The game was 4.5, almost 5.
And McAfee's an impressive runner, Larry. He's shown some power. 2 plays ago, he almost ran over Jeff Donaldson. He's got quicks, and he's got some power.
That's going to be the end of the quarter. The 2 teams are walking down to the other end. The Saints apparently about to take the lead back into the third quarter. Falcons lead 17-13. 1 running back deep, 1 kind of short, only 1 wide out. Hebert goes to McAfee. He sees room and cuts, and the Falcons hit him maybe on the 1. Scott Case, one of the men trying to keep him from scoring, and Tuggle was there. And so also coming across Jeff Donaldson. They're going to put it on about the 1.5, and the Saints are going to be third down. Kind of a large third down, but they refuse to make a mistake. 17-13 Atlanta. We're in the fourth quarter, trying to stay in the playoff. That was Case and Donaldson who simultaneously tackled the ball carrier. Well, they got Hilliard there. They got 2 tight ends now, and Buford Jordan is a fullback in front of Hilliard. So Hebert, needing 1.5 yards, moves 1 man in motion left to right, goes to Dalton Hilliard, touchdown. He cracked outside right guard, and you could see the blocking coming, and Hilliard took it in. You knew they were going to go on that side. It's 19-17.
So they run behind Stan Brock, 12-year veteran, most games played ever by a Saint, 171 games, and he's been a mainstay here a long time. He's a big man. I'm just the 2 mistakes, though, Larry, the interference, and then on that field goal attempt, that offsides, that really hurt the Falcons. They give up 4 extra points.
Anderson now to kick the extra point to give the Saints a 3-point lead. A lot of time left. They got all night to play. 14 minutes, because in the East it is at night. It isn't where we are. Falcons almost moved offside. They set it down. The kick is up. And the kick is good, and the Saints now are ahead 20-17. Very early fourth quarter. Timeout. WSB Dome just really is rocking. The people have gone bananas because they lead. There's a lot of time. You remember in Dallas how many points were scored in the first 15 minutes?
35, I think, wasn't it? In the first half or the first quarter?
Yeah, first quarter. All right, Morton Anderson will kick off. Saints lead by 3. We had the lead for a short while, and the Saints got it back. And a left-footed kick, a funny flat ball, bounces. Brian Jordan takes it, laterals to Dion, back at the 5, up to the 15. He's in trouble, and down on the 20 or 21. He slipped trying to cut on the turf. Let's pause 15 seconds here for station identification.
AM 750, WSB, Atlanta's most reliable radio station. We continuously update the top news stories and break in whenever news breaks out. Atlanta's morning news on AM 750 WSB. Depend on it.
Officials are huddling about something. There's a flag way back up in the middle of the field.
I think somebody said something to, I think Benny Thompson, a fine special teams player for the Saints, said something to the official.
The officials, 4 of them talking between the 20 and 25, surrounded by 2 or 3 Saints. 1 Falcon is up there, Jamie Dukes. And now let's catch a ruling. See what we got.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Saints. Crowd ain't going to like that. Wow, 15-yard penalty out to the 36.
Well, in a game of this magnitude,
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Chicken team, 15-yard penalty.
You just can't do that kind of stuff.
Member of the Saints kicking team. He's a backup linebacker. A lot of time to play. I mean, there's a lot of time to play. Ball on the 36. Falcons, instead of being on the 21, now will put it in play up on the 36. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. They keep repeating it over and over on a PA system. I don't know what for. They're still repeating it. Still talking about it.
So all these Saints fans know who committed it.
Yeah.
The guy will be able not to show his face for a while.
Now they've, I think, surely they can't have called timeout again. They've called 400 or 500 in the last few minutes. Yeah, now the officials talk a little bit more, though the ball's on 36 now. The Falcons come up to the line, but they may not let us snap it. We're waiting for the officials to get in position, I think. 20-17 Saints. All right, Falcons ball on the 36. Michael Haynes is out deep on the right side. Saints have got 4 men on the line. Rison's in motion from the left to right and back. Miller back. Throws complete to Pritchard on the 41. He got to the 45, to the 47, to the 49, to 50, to their 49. Pritchard dodging and dancing, and he got 15 yards. Milton Mack, the corner, finally hit him. Saints lead 20-17. Falcons are trying to come back down the field.
It was a nice move by Pritchard after the catch. Made a couple of the Saints miss. Vaughn Johnson had a shot at him, but he wasn't able to come up with that stop. Look at that disparity in time. 16:55 for the Falcons, Larry. 28 minutes.
They've had 12 more minutes than the Falcons have. They have 262 yards net. Falcons 218. Falcons have a first down on the Saints 49. 3 points behind. Rison back and forth in motion. Miller runs Pegram in there. He tries and got 2.5. He maybe got 3 in the middle. Vaughn Johnson hit him. Rozier was running well early, 6 or 7 carries. Came out and couldn't come back, apparently. Ball on the 45.5. Second down, about 7. Fourth quarter. Dixon in, Thomas out. Saints got a 3-point lead, and this crowd is just roaring and roaring and roaring. They're really going to bother us, even though we're out near the 50. We're on the 46. Pritchard in motion, moving wide over to the left. The Saints are jumping in on the line. Miller coming back. fires, and it is caught by a man sitting down on the 41. Floyd Dixon made quite a catch with a guy right on him. I thought he threw it too low, Jeff, and he caught that ball right off the turf.
That was a great catch by Floyd Dixon. He knew he was going to get hit. The ball is delivered very low. Somebody's coming off the corner there. I'm not sure if that was Gene Atkins. They're not blitzing off the corner. And Miller gets rid of the ball maybe before he wants to.
The big electric board says Ricky wants noise. That's Ricky Jackson. He keeps asking the crowd to try and bother us. 3rd down and 2. The Falcons have come down to the Saints 41. 3 points behind. 1 running back. They need 2 full yards, maybe a few more inches. Rising in motion back and forth. Miller goes to Pegram, and Pegram fights, and I think he got it to the 38. I think he got 2.5 yards. He needed 2 1/8. He got it over the 38 and a first down, and the clock is 11:22. And the Saints lead 20-17.
As tough a 2 as you'll ever run for Eric Pegram. No hole on the right side behind Bill Freilich. He cuts it back a little bit right behind Jamie Duke's left cheek, and there's a little bit of room there.
Falcons now sitting outside New Orleans 37, trying to stay in the playoffs. 4th quarter. Miller underneath. Defense is a 4-3. Rising back and forth in motion. Miller looks, and now he's dropping back. And now he's going to try to throw a long bomb to Michael Haynes, and it's out of bounds on the goal line or going in the end zone. He threw it about 5 feet out. Mack was covering him. He did not throw it right. It'll be 2nd down. By that I mean he didn't keep it in the field and lead him down the sideline.
If he does, it's a touchdown, Larry. He's got Milton Mack beat. Saints are trying to play the Falcons with 4 safeties. Atkins, Brett Maxey, Vincey Glenn, and Benny Thompson in 2 corners. That is not a very good matchup for the Saints defensively.
2nd down. Falcons on the Saints 37.5. Trailing 20-17. Falcons up to the line. Thomas wide left. The other 3 receivers are on the right. And the crowd is roaring against us. Miller gives it to Pegram, trying to get him out. He can't get out. They kill him on the 39. Frank Warren primarily. We've tried that 3 or 4 times today, and we lose yardage every time. Try to bounce Pegram outside. You got to have great quickness to get out there. The blocking just disintegrated. Ball to 39.
Plus, they guessed right at the end. Sam Mills moved over right behind Pat Swilling, and he is there in the hole. They guessed right. They knew the Falcons were going that way. At least they guessed they were going that way.
A little over 10 minutes. It's 3rd and 12, and the Falcons are on the Saints 39. They need 12 yards. Ricky Jackson tells the crowd to drive us nuts. So they do, hollering at us. You can't audible, see? You can't change anything. Now, 4-man rush. Miller looks. Miller down the middle, and Thomas hangs on the 20-yard line. Even though a guy was wrapped around him, George Thomas, a fine catch on the numbers. Miller looked and moved and threw it 13 or 14 yards, and Lee was all over him. Thomas, Jeff, a good catch.
Great catch, great pump fake, though, by Miller. He froze Benny Thompson, the safety, and that allowed George Thomas to keep coming across the field. Keep coming. Mark Lee on his back, and he delivers.
Falcons got the ball an inch outside the 20. Jason Phillipson and Pritchard out. Saints lead 20-17. The Falcons 3 points down, 4th quarter. A lot of time left. 9-11. Now it's less than that. The clock is moving. So is Jason Phillips in motion. Miller back, looks, going to the sideline, threw it too high and wide, out of bounds on the 13, where Thomas was reaching to go out with it. A little 7-yarder over to the left, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 8:59. This is 2 straight weeks we got this heart-stopping junk, Jeff. What are you twitching for? You're out there, aren't you? Huh? Your body's out there.
No, not at all. I assure you that. 2017 is a historic score in Falcons-Saints rivalry.
Yes.
And it means something. It's very important for the Falcons to get 3 right here.
As we come up to the line, time is called here. And who called it? I don't know. Or the officials stopped it. Now what do we got? The officials did this. Hold it a minute. What do we have?
Timeout. New Orleans.
New Orleans call time. We will too. Maybe 7 or 8 more inches or 10 more inches. Ricky Jackson wants the crowd to pick it up again. 8:59, an eternity. Pegram, the lone running back. Broussard, of course, couldn't even make the trip. Rozier got hurt. Boy, was he running good when he was in there. Pritchard in motion, left back to right. Miller takes it, steps back, in trouble. One man holds him on the 25. Big Frank Warren came off the blocker and got his shirt and sacked him 5 yards behind the line. Now you got a big third down here. 3rd and 15 and a half.
Well, unfortunately, they got to Chris Miller, and that's the first sack of the second half. Frank Warren getting on the edge here. Jamie Dukes kind of coming over here trying to help a little bit, because once again, Bill Fralick and Chris Hinton, they've been out of sync with the stunts. The TE and the ET, the end tackle, end game, they just haven't been in sync.
3rd down and 15 outside the 25. Pritchard moving. Miller, 3 points behind. Coming back, floats left, down the middle, fires, and they hit him on the 19. Threw it low, but the receiver with about a 6.5 yarder or so. Caught by Pritchard, I believe, coming in from the left side. The ball is just inside the 19. They gain 6.5. They'll try a tying field goal, and the clock is running a little over 8 minutes. 20-17 Saints.
Good judgment there, though, Larry. He wanted Haynes maybe quick, deep down there on the right corner against Mack. It's not there. He goes for the safe.
Saints have got 11 men on the line. Fullhig going to hold it on the 27. Norm Johnson going to try to tie it up. It's 4th down, 8.5. And the kick is up. The kick is good, and we're all tied up. It's 20-20 and half a quarter. Plus 13 seconds. Timeout. McAfee in the middle, surrounded by Fenderly and Jordan for the Saints. Norm Johnson waiting for the television networks to give him the football. 20-20.
Larry,
we played all day, and here we are, right back where we started from. We're even, Jeff.
That's the way it's been here in the Dome the last 4 meetings. 88, 10-9, Saints win. 4 seconds left in a field goal. 89-20, Saints win. They drove right down the field in the last minute and 13 seconds. 90. Greg Davis missed that field goal, and it was 10-7 win for the Saints. And the overtime game here just about a month ago.
Falcons going to kick off 2020. One mistake somewhere now could win the ball game, even though I know there's really a lot of time to go. Norm Johnson hits it. Long, high, deep kick, 3 yards deep in the end zone. Dropped by McAfee, so he decides to down it. It fumbled, it bounced back up into his chest, and then he decided not to run it out. Now, the Saints have put it out on the 20. They have not started very often from the 20. 7:36 to go, and somebody will be sent home. And somebody will get on a plane next week.
Well, I know where I want to go next week. It's not Disney World.
I hate that place. 20-20, but I'll go gladly. I'll even go 3 days ahead of time if you want me to. 20-20, 7:36.
So if it happens, let's make sure we get in that auxiliary press box real early.
Oh, wonderful. Saints on the 20 now, one back. 2 receivers right, not real wide. The one on the left is kind of wide. Falcons, 5 men on the line, and the backers in kind of close. They run a man in motion, one of the wideouts. Play action fake. Over the middle, hard. Hebert throws. It's tipped by somebody and incomplete up on the 35. Somebody tipped it around the line. Scott Case tried to turn around and dive. The ball went behind the receiver. Somebody got a finger on it. Turner was the receiver.
That might have been Jesse Tuggle or Scott Case. They were kind of running there together. It looked like one of them put their hand out and tipped that ball. I'm going to look at a replay to find out about it myself. And no, it was Scott Case. Scott gets a left hand up in the air on that ball.
2nd and 10. New Orleans on their own 20. 20-20 tie. Bobby Butler is back in at the corner. Falcons come up in there, 5-man front, almost a 6. Brian Jordan comes up on a corner also. Saints 2 wideouts and 1 running back fake. Hebert coming back. Going to dump it over the middle to a man open, and then he fell down, and we got him on the 33. John Tice delayed and came open. He slipped as he caught it, but they got 12 or 13 big yards and a first down. Big John Tice. One of many tight ends. Falcons don't own a tight end. Ball on the 33.
It was a big first down, though. Got him out of a little bit of hole down there. Falcons would have had great field position. They forced him into a punt back there from the 20. A lot of motion back there, a little fake in the backfield, pull a guard, and bingo. You get a tight end slipping out wide open.
First down, New Orleans on their own 33. They're 67 yards away from it. It's 20-20. Falcons have 6 men up in there. Saints run a man in motion, stop, and they go to the running back, McAfee, and they fumble the ball. Everybody dives on it. The Falcons might have it on the 30. It was McAfee dropping it. Is it Lyles on the ball, and who hit him? I think Gardner hit him. I think Mo Gardner hit him as he went at a right tackle on his side of the center at right guard. He dropped it. Falcons got the ball back with 6:35. It's 20-20. The Saints dropped it. McAfee was going to the right side, and Mo Gardner wrapped around him. Falcons now just outside the 30. Well, they're 2 feet outside the 30.
Joel Hilgenberg doesn't get the inside block on Mo Gardner. They don't secure the inside with he and Chris Port. And if you remember that first game, or the second game here, it was Ricky Bryan stripping McAfee of the ball that set up the Falcons' winning drive.
Robert Lyles on his hands and knees dropping over that ball as Gardner made the tackle. Here come the Falcons up to the line, 6:35. They're roaring against us. They want us to make a mistake. The Saints just made a giant mistake. Saints are in a 4-3. Now they drop to a 3-3. Rising in motion back and forth. Miller, long count, takes it. He's coming back. Down the middle. He missed him, incomplete. Went to the man in the middle, Pritchard. They had 2 or 3 men close. Threw it low and hard. It'll be second down out there outside the 30, and we're 20-20, and the clock is 6:31. Incredible to think we're back in the Dome doing this again, huh?
Well, there's still an awful lot of time left. This is one where you're going to score. You don't want to score too quickly. Obviously, you want to score, and you want to get 7 in this situation, but I know they'd take 3.
Falcons up to the line. Phillips came in, and Pritchard went out. Pegram, the one running back. And these Saints fans come up screaming. Saints now have got 4 men on the line. We got Jason Phillips moving. He stops. Miller looking to the left side. Fires complete, and they just drive him out of bounds. No gain. We threw one on the sideline to Andre Rison. We didn't gain. We may have lost a foot. Vincie Glenn rather really hit him. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 outside the 30. If they have to kick a field goal, Jeff, it might be long. It's 20-20 with 6:25.
I do remember a 50-yarder in Norm Johnson, but then last week I remember 249.5.
Now they gave us 1.5 yards, and they put it inside the 29. The Saints didn't like that. Ricky Jackson came up and said something, one of the officials. 3rd down, 8.5. Ball on the 29, 20-20 tie, and Miller calls time because he can't hear anything, I think. And the Falcons call time. We do too. A little over 6 minutes down. Now Pritchard says no. Let's run Pritchard back in there, and let's take Jason Phillips back out. 6:18.
You probably like rosters of about, 70 guys or something?
No, but I'd like 50. The clock is running down a little bit. 12 seconds right now. We are in that red gun, but not a shotgun. Miller underneath takes it. Miller back. They're coming on him, and they got him, and he fumbled the ball. And there's a big pile up on the 36. The ball kept rolling around. I'm afraid the Saints had got the ball. Officials stopped the clock on the 36 or 7. They blindsided Miller. He dropped the ball, and what do we got? They haven't said Saints yet.
Brought 6 that time. You haven't seen it a lot. They haven't been man for man very much at all today. They brought 6. Sam Mills coming off that side with a sack. Coming off the left side, splitting Mike Ken and Houston Hoover. They're giving that ball.
Mike Ken.
Wait a second. That official's pointing towards the goal. Yes, the Falcons going to kick a field goal.
Ball, but look at how long the field goal has to be. We lost a lot of yardage on that. We lost about 7.5 yards. The ball is on the 36.5. The Falcons are going to have to kick it 54 yards from back on the 44. Saints put 11 on the line. We're going to try to kick it. It's so long. It's so far. 6 minutes. 10 on the line now for the Saints, and 1 man behind, and they sit it down. They block it. It went too low. It's rolling around the 25, and the Falcons' Ruther tried to pick it up. Somebody else, Rady, tried to pick it up, and now the Saints are on it on the 19. They came in. Is there any flag? The officials, two of them are talking. It looked like the ball got a low jump, but they blocked the field goal. 5:44. That hurt. We were going to try to kick a 54-yarder.
They're now trying to determine where the ball should be.
That's what it is, yeah.
Was that guy Bingham who got a piece of that ball or picking it up there and it went
Bingham
through his arms?
Ruther was one of the first ones. Regardless, it's a Saints ball. Falcons missed a golden opportunity, though it would have been a long golden opportunity to take a lead back. 20-20 tie. The officials are holding the ball on the 22. They got it spotted on the 23.5. Now where are they going to move it? Oh, it's going the other way, man.
We have a missed field goal. Back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going back all the way to the line of scrimmage, is what they're going to say. They bring it all the way out to the 36.5. Well, trying to look at a replay.
There you go.
Well, it was a little low, maybe in the middle. Somebody in the middle. I don't know if that was Les Miller.
Somebody in the middle got that left.
Got his hand up. Big Les Miller from Plan B guy they got from San Diego. Got his left hand up just in the right place. He's 6'7".
Yeah. Les Miller, 6'7", 285 from Little Fort Hays State. Now the Saints want to come down the field with a lot of time. 5:44, and it's 20-20. The ball in the 36.5. And the officials again go and talk because there is so much at stake. All four of them now are talking.
They're just not sure exactly where they want that ball to be spotted. They want to make dead certain
what the rules are, huh?
Well,
five of them.
They're getting reviewed, too. People are looking at them. This is a big...
Usually they bring defense quickly together, most of them, except Dion, who was out way out on the right and said something. Here are the Saints up to the line. One running back. They fumbled and gave it to us, and we could not use it. One running back, two wideouts. The back shift and go side by side like a pro set. Hebert stops, looks, goes to the sideline. Dion on him. Interference. Dion on Quinn early around the 41 or 2. Falcons don't like the call, but he was tackling him a little early. The Saints going to try to come down, and they would just as soon take their time. It's 20-20.
I think Dion thought the pattern would develop a little bit longer. It's kind of a funny slant because he just kind of comes off slow and then breaks very shallow. And I think Dion thought he was going to go a little further before that ball got there.
Ball is up there just inside the 44. First down, Saints on pass interference. Now they've only got 56 yards to go, plus a foot or so. 20-20 tie. We're still in the playoffs. But we just blew a golden opportunity. Hebert underneath. Two tight ends in there, only one wide out, two backs side by side. Now they run Dalton Hilliard in motion, and so Hebert is back, and he goes to Hilliard, and we hit him. He doesn't get much. He gets a yard and a half. Brian Jordan hit him. Let's take 15-second station identification. WSB Atlanta Falcon Football Network.
Wake up to Atlanta's morning news. Scott Slade and the news, weather, and traffic team help you start your day informed. AM 750 WSB, Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
Ball in the 45, 2nd and 8 for the Saints. They got 55 yards to go, not quite that far. 20-20 tie, and the clock now moves under 5 minutes. One running back, Hilliard, three wideouts. Hebert kind of takes a long count. Now he's dropping back. He's going to lead him, and nobody there. Somebody busted a pattern. He threw it deep down around our 30, and a defensive back was within 10 yards of it, but nobody else was within 20. Incomplete. Ball on the 45. It's going to be third down, about 8.
Yeah.
20-20.
Morton Anderson, 60-yard field goal. That's the longest since 1984 in the NFL. He hit it earlier against Chicago, so they've only really got to go to the 43.
Yeah. Third down, 8. Saints on their 45.5. Tie, 20-20. 4:49 is the clock. Shotgun for them. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Got a back. Hilliard back there with Hebert. We have 5 men on the line. They aren't all coming. Hebert looks right over the middle, and he fumbled when we hit it. We tackled him real hard. Incomplete pass on the 42. Boy, did somebody rack Eric Martin. The Saints with that Tracy Eaton from Portland State. 4-year man, played for Coach Glanville in Houston.
That's why they brought him here, mostly special teams, but he's very aggressive. Reminds you a lot of Scott Case. Does not have the man-for-man coverage abilities that Scott has, but he really comes up and delivers a blow.
Tommy Barnard will punt. Are we going to load up the line and try to block it? I'm doubting that, but I don't know. We got men moving around on the line. We got 8 on the line. Barnard waits. Snap was almost low, but he gets a kickoff. Good kick. Way over Dion's head and strikes on the 1 and goes in the end zone. Well, 4:34 is the clock, and the Falcons are going to be on their own 20. And we are in a tie ball game, 20-20. Seems like we've been here for hours. You know that? For hours.
Well, I think a tight game does that to you. It keeps you a little bit on edge, much like a good movie. And I know you're a big movie buff, and I know you've been in a lot of tight games. This is a good football game.
Oh.
I think it plays a little bit in the Falcons' favor that they're a little more wide open. I recall, and I heard that Moore got a lot of heat for some of those calls he made late in that second game here. They looked a little conservative to me right there on that drive.
If I'm the Saints, if I'm a scout sitting there, I would think the Saints should run the ball at it. Just run it, play after play. Falcons got the ball on the 20. 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Even down there, trying to go 80 yards, they're still roaring at us. Miller takes it, steps back, dumps it out of the back to Pegram to the 24.5 maybe. Almost 5 yards. Pegram came out to the right. Brett Maxey hit him. You realize they fumbled a little while ago and we couldn't even get a field goal out of that thing?
That was a tough thing. You don't convert after that takeaway. That was a very tough situation. That was the 5th sack, though, with Sam Mills getting it. He's had a pretty good game. I kind of poo-pooed his efforts of being in the Pro Bowl this year, but today he's had an interception taken away from him. He's had a sack, and I think he had a fumble recovery, too, didn't he?
Ball, I don't know. 24.5 is where the ball is. We need 5.5 yards on second down. 3:55, 3:54, 3:53. 20-20 tie. Miller underneath. 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Miller going to take it and come back and looks and fires and drops because he threw it an inch behind Michael Haynes or 2 as he came right to left. I thought Miller was going to run. He threw to Michael Haynes over the middle and threw it a little behind his left elbow.
Taken off twice in the third quarter, picked up some big yards, big first downs. He's got the first down there if he does run. He saw Haynes, though, and if he'd have thrown it a little bit softer, maybe a little bit behind Haynes there, but it's too hard to catch when it's coming hard like that.
Third down, 5.5, 20-20 tie. Falcons come out of that huddle. Crowd is up roaring, just standing up, waving everything they've got at us. 1 running back, 4 wideouts. Pritchard in motion. Miller going to take it. Miller back. Miller to the left side, and it is complete to Rison on the 34, and he got 2.5 more steps out on the 37 and a first down, and they got a dozen yards. And now you got 3:35, and we've just moved it a little piece.
Boy, Larry, you don't realize how difficult a throw that is all the way across the field. Kevin does from his North Carolina days. I think Gene Atkins just kind of stopped a little bit here. He just said, I'm afraid he's going to go deep on me. And the pass is there. That ball really is whipped across the field.
Ball on the 37. It's across the 37 by about a foot. First down, Atlanta. 3:35 is the clock. 20-20 tie. 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Rison in motion and then goes back to where he was. The Saints are in a 4-2, and Miller goes to Pegram, and there's just no room in there at all. He tried to run a little trap or something, and they only got a yard. Look at the clock, 3:27. Big Wayne Martin primarily stopped it, and Sam Mills, a linebacker. 3:21, 20-20 tie.
It's a big first down, that one before, wasn't it? And how many games have you seen the Falcons start using their timeouts right here? But a tie game here, a little different situation. Mora playing for his defense to help him and bail him out here, get him that ball.
2nd and 9. Ball on the 44. We got a yard. Look at the clock. Less than 3 minutes. 4 wideouts, and the Saints are in a 4-3 Rising, moving right back to left. Miller going to take it. Go to the sideline to Haynes, who ran around a man. The 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25. Haynes, touchdown, Michael Haynes. But God, there's an hour to play. 26-20. Look at the clock at 2:41.
Hey, Chris Miller, big league play there. He saw Benny Thompson walking up, threatening the blitz. No deep man helping out on Milton Mack. He bailed out, and what a move Haynes made on Mack and ran away from Reginald Jones.
By one step, all the way down the sideline.
Michael Haynes, all-pro this year. I don't know how they kept him out of it. Big play receiver in the NFL.
26-20. He barely outran Milton Mack, I guess, was one of them, and then Bency Glenn chasing him down and dove on him at the 5-yard line, barely touched the back of his shoe, and Haynes went in. And Norm Johnson and Fulhag do their thing. It's good. And now you're 27-20, and there's 2:41 to go, and hang on to your whatchamacallit. Timeout. One kickoff and it bounced. That's the time we covered it well. High and going to be short. McAfee drifts to the 3-yard line, to the 5, to the 10, and we hit him on the 15 and hang on to him, and he's down on the 17. Somebody, Tracy Johnson, hung on to his shoe. Now the Saints have got to try and save themselves, and they got about 83 yards or so, 83 to go. McAfee got up slow. The clock is 2:32. The Falcons are leading 27-20.
And they've left it up to Bayou Bobby here. See if he can pull him out of this one. That was just a real tremendous performance by Michael Haynes and Chris Miller there.
Jeff, they haven't gone deep in some time. Martin and Early are out here on the left. They got 4 wideouts there in their shotgun. We only have 3 men on the line. Hebert's back there with Hilliard on the 12-yard line. Saints are on their own 17, and they're running a man in motion. I believe it's Carroll wide over, and Hebert's coming back right over the middle, complete. We hit him on the 29, but he got about 7 or 8 yards. Quinn Early running left to right. Clock is 2:22. Eaton and Case tackled him. Saints in a hurry-up offense, 2:18, 2:17. Saints are on their 24, second and only 3 now. We're in a 3-man setup on the defensive line. They shotgun. Flag down. Hebert dumps it over the middle. One man missed him, another man missed him, and then we hit him on the 40. Watch that flag. What is that flag? Floyd Turner took it up to about the 40, and they got about 15, 16 yards. Tracy Eaton had to get him. What's the call here?
I think somebody moved on the offense. Somebody flinched on the left side.
Yeah, they're acting that way. Saints are retreating. It is 27-20 with 2:03. The Saints are retreating. Apparently movement. Darren Connor out. Oliver Barnett in.
Illegal motion.
Illegal motion on the offense.
5-yard penalty.
Second and 3.
Second down.
There's a play there that cost them, 20 yards they picked up there. Floyd
Counting
Turner.
the reception. I believe you're right.
We haven't heard from him lately. He's dangerous. He's the one you got to stop.
Ball back to the 19, where the Saints now become 2nd and 8. We are very close to the 2-minute warning. It's 27-20. Saints are huddling. Michael Haynes has tried to send us to Washington, D.C. 4 wideouts. Hebert and Hilliard are the backs back there in that shotgun. 3-man rush again. Long count, 2nd and 8. Snap to Hebert. Hebert looks, a long lead pattern, and it is incomplete. Dion Turn never knew where the ball was, and the receiver and Dion were running across the 50, and that was Wesley Carroll. That should be the 2-minute warning, 1:57. Timeout, it's 27-20 Falcons. Timeout. Regardless of what happens here, broken hearts or happy hearts, the Falcons are due to land at 10:30, not before. 10:30 tonight at the Atlanta airport. Now, David O'Brien and I are supposed to wander off to the west somewhere looking for the sunset. We have no idea where we're going or how long it'll take. The team is supposed to come home at 10:30.
What time is your corporate jet taking off tonight?
Yeah, corporate jet, yeah. Here come the Saints, 3rd down and 8 on the 19. You guys, the game ain't over. 27-20 for the Falcons at the 1:57. Saints 4 wideouts. They're in that shotgun. They got it back to the left of the quarterback about 2.5 feet. Hebert looking. looking. Now he throws complete, and we hit him, but he might have a first down on the 27.5. Eric Martin reaching as we tackle him. Watch the clock. You got 105 seconds. It's 27-20. Now you got 100 seconds. The Saints are first down on their 28.5. Snap. Hebert over the middle, complete, and we hit him, and he's down on the 37, but about a 9.5-yarder. Tracy Eaton hit him, and the Falcons got a man slow to get up. It's Tracy Eaton, and they stopped the clock with 1:28, and that is, no, New Orleans called it and stopped it. The ball's up there.
That's their second shot.
It is on the 39. The Saints are trying to come down the field. The Saints call time.
A little bit of mistake there maybe by the Saints. They might have been able to use that injury timeout for the Falcons there to do something instead of calling their own timeout. Tracy Eaton looked like he was kind of knocked out after a very hard collision. Not knocked out maybe, but a local telephone call.
88 seconds. Ball on the 39. They got 61 yards to go. A moment ago, they tried to strike deep down the left. When they're going to go on the other side, Jeff, deep down on the right?
I think you got to watch Turner. Turner's been their big play guy all year long. He was the one who hurt the Falcons coming into today's game. He'd caught passes for 205 yards. You notice there, though, Larry, they went to their all-time leading receiver twice in a row. Eric Martin caught him on Brian Mitchell once, caught him a little bit against the zone there. He is a go-to guy, too. But Turner's the one for the big play.
Now the ball on the 39, 1:28. 27-20 Atlanta. Who would have thought this? They are in their shotgun with 4 wide outs. The running back's on the other side of the quarterback this time. We might send 4 instead of 3. Hebert back to throw. Running to the right, and we're chasing him. He's going to run, and he might have a first down. No, he stepped out just shy of it on the 48. Brian Jordan coming up. Connor was chasing him, but staying behind him. Now you got 1:21. The Saints are trying to break our hearts here, but we're leading 27-20. The ball is on the 48. It'll be second and a yard and an inch maybe.
Pretty good job that time by Bobby Hebert, able to avoid just one-man rush. Those 6 blockers on 3 Falcons. Darian Connor made a nice move to get inside and upfield.
Here come the Saints up to the line. They only need a yard. There's only 81 seconds. 27-20. They're in that shotgun. Again, we're really only 2 men down like they're going to come. That's all. Hebert looking over to the left. Too high. Incomplete. And the receiver went over Scott Case's. Turner went over Scott Case's back. And you got 76 seconds. And now it is going to be third down and a yard and a fraction. Barely a fraction. It's 27-20. Wow. Every week, huh? It's this way.
That's the way it should be. Come right down to the wire, make the games interesting, exciting. I don't understand that play at all, though, with a 2nd and 1, and they just kind of go for a little short pass.
What are they going to do here? Third down, a yard. It's a full yard now, plus a few inches. Now they got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. The running back's on the right side of the quarterback in a shotgun. The Saints, third down, and only need that yard, and they snap it to Hebert, and he looks. There he fires complete, and Scott Case ran him out of bounds on our 35 or 6. Eric Martin with 70 seconds, and here come the Saints down the field. He came right to left. Scott Case got him a moment later, but the Saints now have driven this thing, 30, 40, 45 yards exactly. They have come all the way to the Falcons' 35. I told you it wasn't over.
I don't think you want better coverage than you got out of Scott Case, but you're not going to see a ball more accurately thrown. Look, just his arms came up like a machine and just sucked that ball out of the air.
The Saints have come to the Falcons' 35. They need 7 to tie. 4 wideouts. Now the running back with a quarterback and a shotgun goes to the left side. Hebert waiting. Hebert takes it. Snap was almost high. He's back. He throws. Intercepted. McKyer intercepted on the 31. He's running up the middle. He wants the lateral. He does to Dion, who's in trouble. Dion trying to go back. Now he's trying to come this way. 35, 40. Dion, 50. Dion, 45. And he laterals. He lateraled to Fishback, who's going down the middle of the field. It's a touchdown. Fishback has scored. We lateraled and we lateraled. Fishback has scored. It's not a forward lateral. I thought it was. They lateraled and lateraled, and the Falcons are really jumping on Fishback. Dion, McKyer, we got guys all over the field sitting on top of each other. It's 33-20. My God, we're going to have to go to Washington, D.C. Boy, are they going to lick their chops.
Boy,
33, can you believe that?
are they going to dislike Bobby Hebert?
Let's
Threw it right to Tim McCarr. Had to see him sitting there in a
watch
zone.
the replay.
Had to see him sitting in a short zone. Wanted to go to Eric Martin all the way and right to. What a great play. How many times have we seen him do that this year, though?
Look at McCarr. Ran across to the right, threw it to Dion 2 yards behind him. Dion went to the left. Now Dion's back to the right. One guy dove and stumbled him. He moves it about 10 or 15 yards. He's coming down the side. I'm looking at the replay now. We're getting ready for the extra point in the field. And then Dion, as he reaches their 40, he flips a lateral out there, and we may have caught the ball in front of Dion from where I sit. We did.
Well, I'd be surprised if the replay officials missed that one.
It's 33-20 with 46 seconds. Have they replaying that thing? Jeff, what are they doing? They are talking.
They're talking about it, but
are they going to replay it?
On a change of possession, they can have a replay, but even if they take it back here, from where
it'll be our ball.
It'll be their ball, and there's only 40.
They're going to take the touchdown away from us. They're taking it away.
46 seconds with one timeout left. This game is over.
Now, why do you say that?
Because of the old Z-back play. The old Z-back play. Oh. 4 downs and 46 seconds with one timeout.
It's gone back to 27-20. I told you when he lateraled, it may have been forward.
After further review, we've got an illegal forward pass, which is a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, but we got the ball. McCarr made that play. The ball will be back on the 45 with 46 seconds. And they have got what? They got a timeout left, I think.
Play after he throws his best pass of the day, he throws his worst pass of the day. Bobby Hebert and Tim McCarr, 7 interceptions. Deion Sanders, 7 interceptions. Quite remarkable.
27-20. It's not 33-20. Miller has come back out on the field. They take it away from us. It was a forward lateral by a full yard as he flipped his left hand over to one side. And now what we got, men, we got to hang on. They got a timeout. We are on the Saints 45. And what did I say? Why did I even mention Washington, D.C.?
66.
27-20. Now what are they going to do? Move the clock too? What are they doing here? Falcons up to the line. We're going to do that safety stuff on a 45. Just take the ball and kneel down, and the Saints want to call time, and the clock went 2 seconds only. But they have no more timeouts left if I got this figured right, huh?
That's it, the old Z-back. I'll tell you, anybody played offensive line can tell you about the Z-back. Everybody gets a plus on their block.
Back to the 47. They took the touchdown away from us. It's on the 4. I can't believe the game. 27-20. Fans are filing out. They have been since Fishback ran in the end zone.
Typical Falcons Saints game as the battle has been here in the Dome.
Oh, gosh.
And a good football game. That's 2 good ones in a row that we have seen. 2 good teams playing. Falcons last week with Dallas. Falcons this week with the Saints. 3 good teams if you count them all.
I am nervous. I don't know what it is. It's on. Yes, I do. It's on the 47, second down. I can't believe this is happening in front of us. We're going to stay in the playoffs another week, huh, Note?
1 more week.
Here we come up to the line. Miller behind. We got 3 backs behind Miller. Miller takes it and kneels a yard behind the line. And now the beautiful seconds. 39, 38, 37. Look at the seconds going. Floyd Dixon just walked out of the pile and shook his fist. And the players kind of congratulate each other. Pegram starts going down the field. The Falcon bench is coming out. We're coming home. Dave and I ain't, but the team's coming home at 10:30. Falcons have won this football game. They can't do anything else now. Can you believe it? We've upset the Saints in their backyard. 27-20. McCarr's interception right after, a minute or 2 or 3 after Michael Haynes' outstanding play. Falcons have defeated the Saints. The clock is still going down. I'm not going to count it. 27-20. Well, we're going to Washington. Oh, that crummy press box. Watch it snow like a dog. Falcons have won by 7. And we'll be back, I can't believe this, on the WSB